93 WIBC.
Broadcasting from the Technology Recycler Studios, this is Indy's Mobile News, 93 WIBC. WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. The news starts now.
It's a Make America Affordable Again agenda. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, and President Trump plans another way to bring more prices down like he says he already has on a lot of things since returning to office.
The word affordability is a Democrat scam.
The morning after the president said that at a cabinet meeting, Fox's Aisha Hasni reports from the White House.
We are expecting to see the president at 2:30 later today as his economic push continues. He's going to have a big announcement in the Oval Office, reportedly about new fuel efficiency standards aimed at bringing car prices down.
Democrats made affordability a big issue in a special congressional election in Tennessee, but Republican Matt Van Epps prevailed.
And I will work hard to earn your trust.
The Van Epps victory keeps a vacant House seat Republican, giving the GOP 219-213 House majority.
Together, we'll bring down the cost of living.
He beat Democrat Afton Bain by 9 points, and when she called to congratulate Van Epps, she urged him,
do not let the Affordable Care Act subsidies expire. Do not raise health care costs for working families in Tennessee.
Those subsidies expire at the end of the year for millions who have Obamacare coverage. A week after the ambush attack on National Guard members on patrol in Washington, D.C., killing one, seriously wounding the other, there is fallout. The suspected gunman, who pleaded not guilty to charges from his hospital bed yesterday, is an Afghan national. And now President Trump's freezing immigration applications from Afghanistan and 18 other countries under travel bans or restrictions he imposed in June.
New and existing applications to live and work in the U.S. are on hold for citizens of those countries. Already scheduled final interviews for citizenship and citizenship ceremonies are canceled. The U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Agency announced last week a pause on all asylum decisions, and the State Department said it was halting visas for Afghans who assisted in the U.S. war effort.
That's Fox's Chris Foster. It is day 4 of the manhunt in Georgia for a convicted prisoner who escaped from a hospital where Timothy Shane was being treated after an attempted suicide while behind bars. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Redistricting talks at the State House. You've got a cloudy sky. It's 22 on Monument Circle. We'll stay cloudy today with a high around 33. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 9:02. The topic of redistricting, the focus Tuesday at the Indiana State House. A bill to redraw the state's congressional districts mid-decade was introduced this week. It includes splitting Marion County into 4 different districts. Nathan Roberts is the co-founder of Save Heritage Indiana. He said he supports the new congressional maps, arguing they better reflect the ideas of the state's voters.
I think Republican politicians need to take a strong stand on this issue to add fairness and deliver for President Trump and everyday Hoosiers that gave you not just a majority, but a supermajority in the last 7 elections since 2012.
The bill passed out of the House Elections and Apportionment Committee and now heads to the full House for a vote on it, possibly coming later this week. A popular fitness and home gym influencer is arrested in Indianapolis. Brian Kyle Devine is charged with 6 counts of felony child seduction after Indy police investigated him for an alleged rape of a 16-year-old girl. Officers came to Devine's home on the city's north side the day before Thanksgiving and arrested him. They also spoke with the girl, who said on 3 separate occasions the two got drunk together and had sex either at his home or at his warehouse on the west side. Devine, who goes by Kaizen DIY Gym online, has over 100,000 followers and subscribers on his Instagram and YouTube pages. His videos have gotten more than 62 million views. The statewide average for gas today at $2.90 a gallon, according to Gas Buddy, a jump of about 8 cents compared to Tuesday. It's also the average in Indianapolis. Lots of college hoops Tuesday night. The top-ranked Purdue Boilermakers beating Rutgers 81-65 in New Jersey to open Big Ten play. Head coach Matt Painter.
But I just think for us, it's just trying to be consistent. But I also think winning in the Big Ten on the road is very difficult. I think that has something to do with it. We were in and out of this game.
Trey Kaufman-Wren had a double-double of 19 points and 13 rebounds for the number 1 ranked Boilers. They have Iowa State next at home. And the latest college football playoff rankings are out. Ohio State and Indiana remain 1 and 2, respectively. Those two will face off in the Big Ten championship game this Saturday at Lucas Oil Stadium. Georgia and Texas Tech round out the top 4. Notre Dame dropped a spot to number 10 despite their win over Stanford. Alabama moved into the number 9 spot. Check of traffic this morning with Matt Bear.
All right, Jarrett, looking at the west side, westbound 70. That's a crash after hole. 2 right lanes blocked. Traffic jammed past Belmont and that's going to be a delay of 10 minutes. Looking at northbound 465 west side, stall blocking the left lane. Stop and go traffic past Crawfordsville Road. Northwest side, stall before Whitestown Parkway on northbound 65. That's blocking the center lane. Jam traffic past the Dogleg 865. North side, eastbound 465 after Meridian 31. Right lane blocked. We're slow to the 31 interchange. Inbound 69, crash clear. Finally at 82nd Street, still backed up past 116th Street to State Road 37. On the east side, called Hancock County, crash westbound 70 after Mount Comfort Road, a little bit slow through there. And the crash cleared in Greenwood, northbound 65 after Maine. Now northbound 65 on the south side, still stop and go after Keystone Avenue up to the south split for a 7-minute delay. It's construction. Traffic sponsored by Indeed.com. Ready to find the right candidates for your job posting? Indeed sponsored jobs help you connect with talent that actually matches what you're looking for. Start at Indeed.com/credit. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years' experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on.
I was seriously injured. It was definitely somebody's fault, and I didn't actually know who, so I needed to call someone. I was really happy to have a law firm like Hensley that had ethics. I made the best call.
It happens. Hire Hensley.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
The forecast from the American Standard Heating Weather Center.
Areas of freezing fog this morning, otherwise mostly cloudy. Today's high 33. Cloudy with light snow showers overnight and cold, a low down to 17. I'm Wish TV Storm Track 8 meteorologist Marcus Bailey, 93 WIBC.
And I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com. Kendall Casey starts now.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
Well, at least they finally admitted it out loud.
Purely for political performance.
They finally admitted it out loud. I mean, some of the reps have already said it. But at least now everybody's on the same page. Yesterday, there was essentially an acknowledgement with the redistricting that it isn't about communities of interest. It isn't about representation. It isn't about putting, towns and cities and counties together who share points of commonality so you can best be represented in Washington. At least they finally said the thing out loud that this is all about politics. You are going to get screwed in terms of your representation is not going to be nearly as good or efficient or effective. Your voice is going to be diluted in Washington. But at least yesterday, they finally admitted all of that out loud, and this is all just about politics.
Yeah, so Indiana Republicans, they released the new congressional district maps, admitted they are politically motivated. The bill was unveiled on Monday, and they got testimony from the public yesterday, gave the public less than 24 hours notice. 43 Hoosiers spoke against the new map. Only 2 supported it. At the end of the day, though, the committee voted, and it was 8-5, so the bill will advance.
Yeah, so this is sort of, and by the way, coming up at 10:15, Jacob Stewart from Indy Star is going to be with us. He has a fabulous new piece out talking about how screwed everyone but a very select group. Casey, least favorite part of every show.
Already? At 9:09.
Look, one of the cases that we have made from the very beginning, and it is literally the exact phrase I have used, is what good are 2 more Jefferson Shreves in Washington going to do for me or my family or society? And the pushback you always get is, one. Well, anybody's better than Carson.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll get, well, you don't know it's going to be a Shreve. It could be somebody really good. And Jacob Stewart is going to lay out, he has laid it out in a new column in IndyStar, and he'll be with us to discuss how the way they have rigged these maps up, Indianapolis is going to control the entire thing. Mm-hmm. Essentially, you're going to put Indianapolis Republicans back in charge of the entire state. That is the Shreve, Holcomb group of people. You're going to put them back in charge of the state. The thing you have spent, if you're a conservative in the state, decades trying to change and alter, you're going to put those people right back in charge of running the show. And Jacob Stewart, in great detail in this column, talks about how rural Indiana is going to get totally hosed and how Indianapolis will be back in charge of the state. That is what you're doing if your rep or your senator is voting for these maps.
So one thing, you had mentioned it, that this will definitely benefit the political consultant types. One thing that I have not heard anybody mention, it will also benefit Indianapolis media, because imagine how much money those people who want to win those races are going to have to spend. Before, it would be one person spending a lot of money, one person and their counterpart from the differing party. Now, with Marion County being split up into 4 different sections, that's 4 different races.
Yeah, representation is supposed to be about just that. Being a representative is supposed to be about representation. When you look at the way this country was set up, there's a reason the founding fathers set up our form of governance the way in which they did. The senators are supposed to be the long vision, elite group of people. We talk about all the time how the Senate is 100 people who believe they should be president. It's why they're elected every 6 years. It's why they represent the entire state. That's why there's only 2 of them. But the House is supposed to be literally what it says: representation of a community, a like-minded group of people. And when you draw the districts, one of the things, if you actually give a damn about the public that you're supposed to be serving, that you're supposed to consider is communities of interest. And when you look at these maps, when you have somebody, literally these districts now just go straight down from Indianapolis to the southern border of Indiana, who have nothing in common, who literally will have direct competing interests, conflicts if you're their representative. Whose side are you going to choose? Well, of course you're going to choose where the money and the population is, right?
Yeah, where the money is.
And we have been saying this, and I'm so glad Jacob wrote this column, and it's so well done, because it is everything we have been saying. Now, he's much nicer about it than I am, so he won't get called the names or insulted on social media or whatever. But it's the exact thing I have been telling you. Look at how Jefferson Shreve became a congressman. What did he do? He runs for mayor. He spends $15 million or whatever it is, losing the mayor's race. And essentially what he was doing was building name ID in the city of Indianapolis so that when that congressional district opened up, which included a small portion of Indianapolis and then stretched all the way to the eastern border with Ohio, all he had to do
was win that portion of Indy.
Exactly. That's how he won, with 20-some% of the vote or whatever the number was. He didn't get a majority or anywhere close. But because that's where the population center was, and he had such name ID, and he bombarded Indianapolis media airwaves with his ads, he essentially bought the district. And that's what you're going to get with carving up Marion County into four districts. Is that's who's going to be in charge. All the money, all the attention, all the love, for lack of a better term, is going to come to and from the city of Indianapolis, and you're going to end up with much worse representation, certainly over time, because rich guys like Jefferson Shreve will be able to buy the seats.
Well, that's not what Wesco said this was all about.
Tim Wesco.
Tim Wesco. He said
state rep.
Yep. He said the reason why the committee took up the bill was because of Barack Obama.
Before I recognize Representative Smaltz to close on the legislation, I just have a few comments. This committee almost didn't take up this issue. But it wasn't President Trump that convinced me to do it. It was President Obama. When President Obama chose to wage a public relations campaign to urge voters in California to overturn their constitution and their nonpartisan redistricting commission so that they could erase Republican seats. It was Governor Pritzker in Illinois whose gross hypocrisy, after Illinois created outrageous-looking districts to erase 3 Republican seats in the 2021 redistricting process. I don't like these rules. But I didn't make these rules.
But you do make the rules.
So this whole thing, they keep saying this
You do make the
this
rules.
is about Illinois, this is about California, this is about Massachusetts. Do you hear him say this is about Indiana?
Nope. And that's what's coming out of this is these people are admitting they don't give a damn about you. You're going to get screwed. Unless you live in Indianapolis, you're totally going to get screwed wherever you're at in this state. And like I said, Jacob Stewart, because I know I say things and then I just get called a this or a that or insulted by these politicians on social media, or they go to somebody else and whine and ask for sympathy. And I know how that goes when I say the things. So Jacob Stewart, who worked for these guys not too long ago, is going to lay this out in great detail coming up at 10:15. But you're right, Casey. This is all about politics. It's not about you. It's not about representing you. And if you think that your life is going to get better with a bunch of Jefferson Shreves and Jennifer Ruth Greens representing you in Congress, then go for it. But your actual representation, if you need Republicans that bad, despite the fact that they've lied to you, deceived you, kept spending us into oblivion, done nothing to address inflation or cost of living, all of these things that have been going on for decades now with the Republicans. If you need that bad, then be for this. But if it's actually about the representation you're going to receive, and a congressman or person, I mean, they don't really fight for you anyway, but at least some guise of fighting for you or faking interest of fighting for you, then you got to be against this because this is very bad. Hey, can we talk about the AI porn being found on the state servers when we come back? Can we talk about that?
The actual instructions on how to create it?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we're really splitting hairs at this point, aren't we?
It's Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Democrats want to know if a war crime was committed.
93 WIBC.
Congress will be investigating the military operation off the Venezuela coast, blowing up boats said to be trafficking illegal drugs.
What happens next?
Didn't stick around for the sensitive site exploitation digitally occurs.
Happens here.
Together, we'll bring down the cost of living.
Stay in the know.
Brian Kyle Devine is charged with 6 counts of felony child seduction.
While you're on the go.
Police are asking for your help solving a road rage case.
All immigration applications are frozen.
On air, online, and on Alexa.
Indy, don't use the beautiful fall to paint. Do what Deanna did. She called Rhino Shield.
I was noticing some cracks and the paint's faded. I was like, okay, I think I should get my house painted. So my neighbor had a Rhino Shield placard in the yard. And after they were finished, I was just, wow. With the warranty and everything, it just seemed silly not to go that route.
The ceramic coating of Rhino Shield is specifically formulated for our climate.
So the Rhino Shield crew came out. Nothing was damaged in the process. I was very happy. They just didn't leave a mess. You couldn't even tell they were there. And the house looked so different. It just looked like a new home.
Backed by a 25-year transferable warranty. And now get the protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Rhino Shield, I think it increases the value and the curb appeal of your home. Definitely worth it.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Hey guys, it's Rob for our friend and great Hoosier, Mark Dietel. You know, the Indianapolis real estate market is strong but not easy. Now is a good time to sell only if you hire a real estate team that knows how to aggressively market your home like Mark Dietel Realty. Maybe you want a fast, guaranteed, no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. Mark Dietel guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed-upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Listen to what Troy in Connorsville had to say about working with Mark Dietel. I was a real estate challenge. I wanted to sell my home over market value and buy a home near my favorite hunting area with land and no HOA close to town. Miraculously, the Mark Dietel team did it all. They found the perfect new home at a great price and sold my current home in 10 days for $10K over list price. Call the local Indianapolis agent I trust and recommend and the agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Call Mark Dietel, 317-755-4232 for all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark, Dietel.com.
Hey, Black Friday's come early to Tom Roush Lincoln with our 999 deal. $9,000 off a new Lincoln Corsair, $9,000 off a new Lincoln Nautilus, or $9,000 off a new Lincoln Aviator. Your choice of any of these great luxury cars, $9,000 off. So get those Black Friday deals all month long at Tom Roush Lincoln.
Corsair stock number L25277, MSRP 5220. Nautilus stock number L25270, MSRP 57235. Aviator stock number L25246, MSRP 65165. Offer good through 12/31/25.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online.
and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from one year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Garage door problems? Call today for service today. Garage Doors of Indianapolis services all makes of garage doors 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Call today for service today. 875-4577. Call today for service today. Get it fixed right now. Call Garage Doors of Indianapolis at 875-4577 or visit doorstoday.com.
In the morning, call 875-4577.
Service today?
Today.
Blow sediment and gunk out of your well, plus a 6-point inspection and 30% off all of it. Wow. C&J, great systems, great people, 317-852-WELL.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me.
What are you laughing at?
Well, I mean, it could be the world's biggest coincidence, but it's an incredible coincidence, right? If it is. It's Kendall Casey. Shit, I'm Rob. That's Casey. Headline Fox 59. Instructions to create AI porn hosted on Indiana government websites. Let me repeat that back again.
Yes, please.
Headline Fox 59. Instructions to create AI porn hosted on Indiana government websites.
Yeah. So the files, they're PDF guides. The files include instructions for using AI to remove clothing from people in photos.
Oh, really?
Create fake images of people.
What?
Sexting with AI chatbots.
What?
Also creating AI girlfriends.
And these are housed on state servers, property, whatever.
Indiana Department of Health.
Okay. So all of this, obviously, this story came out yesterday with Fox 59, and it comes in the background of allegations of AI porn being viewed in the lieutenant governor's office dating back to April, in which Erin Sheridan, a former senior staffer in the lieutenant governor's office, came on this program and she has said that she did. So I don't think we're outing anything that we're not supposed to be outing. I think she even said it here that she has told the proper authorities this in great detail, that there was AI porn being viewed in the lieutenant governor's office by members of the lieutenant governor's staff. She told the story in great detail on this program of who was viewing it, how they were observing it. It was of Craig Haggard's wife and an appearance that she had made at a charity event the night or a couple days before. She claims those employees told her that the lieutenant governor knew of the existence of the AI pornography that they were viewing, and that she reported it to Sherry Ellis, the chief of staff for Micah Beckwith, and she did absolutely nothing about it. Now, you can either, and the whole time it's been, well, that's so ridiculous. No one's seen the video. Why can't anybody produce the video? Of course, then the lieutenant governor claimed he did an investigation, wouldn't tell anybody what the investigation actually was, then admitted he didn't call in any third party, any law enforcement agency. So basically the investigation was, hey, so-and-so, did you do it? No. Okay, we're done here. And the whole time, though, it's been, oh, this is so ridiculous. This allegation is so outlandish. I can't believe anyone would even begin to believe this. And then here we have on state property instructions on how to create this stuff. Boy, that's a heck of a coincidence, Casey.
Yeah, so the Indiana Department of Health says that their systems were hit by a surge of bot activity on November 19th. They said they believe that bad actors used the activity to upload the illegal or harmful files. They worked with the Indiana Office of Technology, IoT, to contain the issue. No data was compromised, and most files were deleted. Some, however, do still show up on Google.
So again,
an instruction manual on the state websites on how to do this.
It doesn't, look, we've said this from the beginning. It doesn't mean that this actually happened. Because ultimately this comes back to the allegation made by Aaron Sheridan that AI porn was being viewed in the lieutenant governor's office and his emphatic denial that this happened. But just like with everything else with Mike, and then when you press him on it, the story starts to unravel. And then he later had to essentially admit we didn't do any investigation. And so you can either believe, right, that this woman came in, lied to authorities, which would get her in a monumental amount of trouble if she was caught lying about this. She can lie to us, and she's not going to get any trouble. Just be, look bad for her. But if you lie to the authorities, that's a huge issue. That she would risk her 30-year-plus career in state government and risk getting in a monumental amount of trouble legally lying to the authorities. Came on this radio show, was somehow able to repeatedly tell the same story over and over and over again. Oh, and by the way, if she's lying about that because she named the people and the allegations, she would open herself up to being sued for everything she's worth. You can either accept that that person was lying about all of that or go, boy, this is really interesting. Even if these two things aren't connected, but go, wow, that's a heck of a coincidence, isn't it?
It does seem like it is quite the cybersecurity failure. And you've got these deep fake problems, they're exploding everywhere. And it shows that not only is your state government not prepared for it, they're accidentally helping. They're helping.
And again, it doesn't mean that the allegation and this are connected. Nobody's saying that they are. It doesn't mean that Aaron Sheridan's allegation is 100% true. It doesn't. It's just like, okay, but now you can't say, oh, it's such a salacious, outrageous, ridiculous allegation.
No way that would happen.
When on our state property, there are literally instructions on how to do this thing that she is saying happened inside of this office.
It also shows you that the infrastructure of the state websites may be outdated, and you've got bad actors now treating it like it's free web storage.
Yeah. All right. So that's the latest on that. Let's take a break.
Jim Merritt is going to join us next.
We'll go into the intrigue now, obviously, is going to be what is the Senate going to do on redistricting?
Will they get it out of committee? I mean, that's the big question.
Yeah, there's a lot of
people. Will it even get out of committee?
Yeah, there's a lot of people think this is going down and that the Senate is going to embarrass the governor in front of the entire nation, that they warned him and warned him and warned him, and he won't listen to them, and he has goaded them and insulted them to the point where they said, okay, you want to play ball, let's play ball. Still could pass. Nobody knows the Senate better than Jim Merritt.
We'll get his opinion next on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel here. Hammer, I don't know about you. My experience so far with Premier Weight Loss has been flawless. I've already dropped a few pounds. By the way, just a side note, just because you're taking weight loss medication doesn't mean you're going to lose muscle. Oh, one other thing, no nausea. That other stuff I was on was like compounded semaglutide. That's not what this is. And I know you mentioned you didn't have any nausea either. If you're even thinking about weight loss medication, don't go anywhere else but pwlindy.com. Hammer, what's the experience been like for you with Premier Weight Loss so far?
I'm down 10 pounds in a month.
Oh, you look
10
great.
pounds in a month, and that includes Thanksgiving. The cravings has come to an end, and that's why I'm so happy I partnered with Premier Weight Loss. And if anybody wants to join Premier Weight Loss this month, mention Hammer and Nigel Show sent you, and you could win a couple tickets to the Colts and 49ers Monday Night Football game. PWLND.com. That's PWLND.com. Tell them Hammer and Nigel sent you.
Hi, it's Denny Smith, and when temps are dropping, it means your water heaters, softeners, and even those old pipes are under stress. Fall's the time when rain hits, the ground shifts, and tree roots start tearing into those old clay or PVC lines. LD Smith Plumbing can handle it all. Water heaters, softeners, leaks, even gas line inspections before you fire up that furnace or fireplace. And don't forget those hoses, hose bibs, and crawl space vents before the freeze hits. Call my friends at LD Smith Plumbing, the local pros I trust, or just head to ldsmithplumbing.com today.
It's the season of giving, so why not give yourself something that lasts? Now through December 15th, Financial Center is offering mortgage and refinance rates as low as 5.50% or 5.9% APR, helping you save more for years to come. Financial Center makes things easy with local experts and options for every homeowner. Start now at fcfcu.com/mortgage. That's fcfcu.com/mortgage. Subject to underwriting guidelines. Not all will qualify. Equal opportunity lender. See website for terms and conditions. And MLS number 509724.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
The GOP securing a seat. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's 9:30. A Trump-backed candidate securing a special election victory in Tennessee on Tuesday. Fox's Chad Pergam reporting.
It's about the math, and this victory by Republican Matt Van Epps gives the House GOP a cushion. Once he's sworn in, Republicans will have a 220 to 214 majority with one vacancy. That's before Marjorie Taylor Greene resigns in January. The race was not as tight as many thought, but Van Epps underperformed in a district President Trump won by 20 points. Special elections are just that, special. The usual electorate does not show up, but special elections often provide insight into shifts among voters ahead of the next election. And that's why Democrats believe they won, even though they lost.
The AP projecting Epps won the election with about 54% of the vote. Down in Texas, the mother of a Texas A&M student, Brianna Rodriguez, who was found dead over the weekend, is continuing to demand for answers. The body of the 19-year-old was discovered on Saturday near an apartment complex close to the University of Texas at Austin, just hours after attending a tailgate party. Rodriguez telling Fox and Friends she tried calling Austin police on Friday night, but was told they could not do anything until 24 hours after her disappearance.
I asked them to go to the scene of the tailgate party, but they told me that since it wasn't 24 hours that she had been missing, they couldn't go. They couldn't even do like a welfare check, nothing.
Austin police say they are continuing to gather evidence and interview witnesses about the case. And the Trump administration expanding an immigration crackdown in response to the shooting of 2 National Guard soldiers in Washington, D.C. last week. Immigration applications from 19 countries in total are now frozen. Your opening bell report on 93 WIBC brought to you by Absolute Wealth Management. The Dow is down 85 points, 47,474. The S&P 500 also in the red, down 18 points to 6,829. And the NASDAQ falling 164 points to 25,555. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Whether it's morning routines or weekends on the sidelines when the temperature drops, America brings the heat with Hot Hands. Hot Hands are America's favorite hand, toe, neck, and even body warmers to help you stay warm and cozy from head to toe. Hot Hands are fast-acting, they're long-lasting, and they are made right here in the USA. Look for the Hot Hands logo and the bright orange packages at your favorite store or online, and keep doing what you love out there with Hot Hands, warming up America coast to coast.
So the truth is, women live longer than men, often by many years. This has big financial consequences for women. They run a greater risk of running out of money in retirement. That's why it's critical women have the right strategy to file for Social Security. You really have to have someone that knows what they're doing.
The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong age. It's not understanding how Social Security impacts their IRA and 401k withdrawals, their taxes, and even their Medicare premiums. Discover how you could get the most out of your benefits with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. So if you've saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now at 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 or visit yourretirementguy.com.
I turned up, dead out of luck and strung out on the line. Mister, this hand I've been dealt keeps me.
So we kind of knew what the House was going to do on redistricting. The big intrigue is in the Senate, and our next guest knows the Senate better than maybe anybody alive, and he says he thinks it's going down. Redistricting. It's Kendall Casey Show. I'm Rob Casey's here. Look who it is. Robert. Jim Merritt. It's like your
phrase. It's like you're like Fonzie. Hey, it's like Jim Merritt.
I like Robert
in the Indiana Senate. Okay, so we got into this on State House happenings. The big intrigue, obviously, is in the Senate. The House is going to do what they're going to do as it relates to redistricting. You think the Senate is going to tell the governor in front of the entire nation where he can shove his redistricting?
I think it goes down. I think that the 20 Republicans that are against it right now, and 20 Republicans that are for it.
Wait, real quick. So your theory is if they haven't said yes, they're a no.
Yes, correct.
Yes,
and it's kind of a fool's errand, to be honest with you, that they're going into session when the votes are not there in the Senate, and with 50 member Indiana Senate, 10 Democrats are against it. 20 Republicans are against it. That's 30. And you need 25 to pass it with Lieutenant Governor supporting the issue. And so they've got to find 5 Republicans in that 40-member caucus that will support it. And the Senate pro tem is a great whip of votes, if you will. But the idea of your majority leader, if you're pro tem, being for redistricting is kind of a difficult swim, because when I was in the Senate, the majority leader, the pro tem, the caucus leader, and the majority leader were in lockstep together.
Yeah, we called you guys the Triangle of Terror.
Yeah, exactly. and that's how you lead. That's how you pressure caucus, that if the three of us are supporting this, you should too. That's why you have budgets that are 2-year budgets that pass unanimously, because the leadership is all in support. Right now, the majority leader is supporting redistricting, and he's one of the 20 that are for this proposal. But they will not be able to find 5 people out of the 20 people that are against. So they need 25, and they're not going to get there.
So in the House, J.D. Prescott said he was no, and he switched to yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is there
just like he did on property taxes?
Well,
it's a theme with J.D. Have you ever noticed that case?
Well, I'm just wondering, in the Senate, you're saying they're a little bit more steadfast in their position.
Yeah, people used to, they probably still do, call it the upper house, because they have 4-year terms. They can look at the long vision. When Trump is not going to be in office, and they follow what their constituents say very, very closely. And the 20 members that are against this have constituents that are on fire about it. And Senator Good had a very good, a very quality, productive town hall meeting where literally 1 or 2 people that showed up that supported the measure. And so a lot of the members of the caucus, Republican caucus, are following the lead of the pro tem, but they're following the lead of their constituents more so than anything. And so I don't see 5 flipping in the next week. There's nothing new that has shown them that they should support this measure.
Like even with the introduction of the map, which they've probably seen for a while.
Yeah, they've seen this. They've seen probably several different renditions. And they need to support their leader. More importantly, they need to support their constituents.
In hindsight, in August or July or whenever this disaster started, shouldn't they have released the map then and said, okay, here's what we're pondering voting on, what we would use, and then you can go hear from your constituents about it, and you could have sold. I mean, the problem is they've been selling something that didn't exist, or trying to sell something that didn't exist, and it's like too late in the game because obviously they don't care what people think. By the way, that's pretty insulting that something of this magnitude, you give people less than 24 hours notice to go, hey, if you'd like to tell us what you think, here's less than 24 hours notice. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, well, transparency is the name of the game, and in that scenario, which happened, that is not that's very untoward. That's the wrong way to go about it, and as well as they're greedy, and they're going for 9-0, and there could be a little bit of possibility of flipping members of the Senate if they would have tried to just go 8-1 with just leaving Carson in that compact district of Marion County, and trying to trying to turn away Frank Mervan's reelection efforts next year. But they didn't do that. They're going for the whole enchilada with 9-0.
Well, it seems like they're more interested in getting rid of Carson.
Yes.
In his district than anything else.
Right.
The way they've split it up.
Yes, and having Congresswoman Erin Houchin's district come all the way from the Ohio River.
Wait. Her name is professional office hopper Erin Houchin, Jim. We're not going to let you get away with that on this program. You can call her whatever you want on the Merit in the Morning podcast. She's professional office hopper Erin Houchin.
Erin is a former senator, one of my brethren.
She quit in the middle of the session to run for the House, Jim.
Yes. But the bottom line is she represents almost Ohio River, and this rendition of maps. The White River comes into play as well, in Indianapolis, and that this, ladies and gentlemen, our listeners, this fails the smell test. This will be challenged in court the minute it passes. It won't pass, but should it pass, it will be challenged immediately, and then you've got a time factor of everything that goes into running elections, a primary election in May.
So, okay, Jim Merritt is our guest. We're talking about the redistricting. So Ben Smalls, that's his name. That's right.
The one who introduced the
rep, right?
Mm-hmm.
He admitted, and I think he's doing this for legal purposes because of what Texas ran into. He got pinned down yesterday, and he just admitted, this is wholly political.
Purely for political performance.
Now, legally, because the thing Texas ran into is the issue with race and stuff, which is why that map got struck down that's in front of the Supreme Court right now. So he legally puts himself on better footing by admitting that. But, Jim, that looks so bad to tell communities, we're going to screw you in terms of representation for purely political purposes. Legally, good argument. But in the court of public opinion, that sounds so bad.
Well, also, I've not read the bill, but I've been told that the bill has language in it that somewhat slows down the courts and their ability to decide on this.
They gut a county judge's ability to stop this thing. It has to go directly to the state Supreme Court. My point is, though, it's going to be a federal judge that's going to knock it down.
That's what my assumption is.
And they don't have any say over that.
And they're going to take their time doing it.
So real quick, I want to touch on this because we got just about 2 minutes left here. One of the major issues that I have with this is representatives are supposed to be just that. They're supposed to represent a group of like-minded people, right? That's why they call it a representative. The senator is broad. It's the whole state. The representative is supposed to take positions that are better for their people because they all have points of commonality and interest. These maps gut this. When you've got Indianapolis in the same district as somebody on the southern tip of the state, there's no representation there because there's not very many points of commonality. You'll have people with direct competing interests. How could somebody represent that?
That's why the 2021 maps, which everybody has been elected on in the General Assembly now, were so outstanding. Is because they were compact, they're defensible, and the Carson district, the Mervan district, huddling around and being in the right time zone. There are a couple districts that are being proposed here that are in different time zones. That, ladies and gentlemen, that is very hard to represent. I worked for a member of Congress in 1982, and we had a district that was in two different time zones. That was really difficult to serve. And this is not people who support this are not thinking about their constituents or their members of Congress constituents, because that's really where the rubber meets the road.
All right, find him on Twitter at Jim_Merritt. Also, Merritt in the Morning. Facebook, YouTube, that's the podcast. Jim Merritt, thank you.
Robert.
It's Kendall Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon, and buy your tickets for our Red, White, and Bowl event at WIBC.com. It's presented by Jack Daniels.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
I've been a Republican my whole life.
I proudly voted for President Trump 3 times.
I want Republicans to win.
But mid-cycle redistricting isn't the right way to do it. It's a waste of taxpayer dollars.
And it gives D.C. more power to tell us what to do.
That's not how Hoosiers do things.
Tell your legislator, spend your time passing a conservative agenda
that lowers costs and makes our lives better.
And don't rig our elections.
Paid for by Indiana conservation voters.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop our Black Friday event for up to 65% off in-store or at hellsberg.com.
Has your house become a burden? Why not sell it to us? Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to assist people in difficult situations.
Wanda has been in real estate. I've been in construction.
Probably we've flipped about 40 houses. I don't want to do it anymore. We're in our early 80s. Sometimes you have to give it up.
James, he did a good job.
When I got the purchase agreement, and he did have things in there that was pertinent to me.
James followed through on what he said.
Call Simple Quarters 317-900-HOME.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your healthcare too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
So what, there's some sort of drama about Neil Diamond going on?
Well, I don't know if it's drama, but there's a new movie coming out, and it's called Song Sung Blue.
Oh, yes.
Have you seen any of the trailers for this? It's showing up all over my social media. This trailer, Song Sung Blue.
Why? Why is that in your algorithm? Do you have Neil Diamond on your playlist?
It's getting fed to me. Why wouldn't I have Neil Diamond on my playlist?
You know, let's see. This would have been 2015. This was the last time he toured. Neil Diamond, is it Parkinson's that he has? He has some illness where he's alive and he can still do stuff in a studio, but he had reached a point, I can't remember what the illness is, that he just simply said, I don't know, it's been 7 or 8 years ago now, I think, where he just simply said, I cannot tour anymore, and he just said, I'm not going to perform live, but at the time he could still make music. But I saw him in 2015 at what is now Gainbridge. I got a free ticket to go see Neil Diamond. But
Did you take your mom?
No, I had to go by myself.
Oh, that seems like a show your mom would like.
Well, but I was free, right? I mean, I'm not going to turn down a free ticket. But somebody was going to go. They couldn't go. And so they were like, here, do you want this ticket? But it was a single ticket. It was a very weird thing.
But the two ladies I sat next to were older ladies, and they, like I was looking around and I made a comment about the age of those in attendance. And both ladies, one was recovering from a knee surgery, and one was recovering from like a hip
replacement surgery. Sure. Did you enjoy the show?
Oh, it was great.
You knew all the songs, didn't you?
But I grew up. Obviously, my parents are children of the '60s, and so Hot August Night was of legend in my house, and I heard growing up how great that was, and all of that stuff. So yeah, it was a very good show. But he's been kind of out of the news for quite a while now. But there's some movie about him.
Yeah, well, it's not a biopic, and that's where everybody's getting it wrong, because you see this trailer and you've got Hugh Jackman. Wolverine is in the movie. Hugh Jackman, and also Kate Hudson is in the movie. But you see Hugh Jackman dressed up looking like he's playing Neil Diamond.
Is this like Saving Silverman?
So
is this like a
thinks,
Saving Silverman recreation?
Well, everybody thinks, a biopic on Neil Diamond. It's not a biopic. It's based on a true story, though. It's about these two down on their luck musicians, and they form a Neil Diamond tribute band.
That's Saving Silverman. Isn't that's we've already done this movie.
Right. So and that's where the confusion is. So if you get this, well, let's play the trailer. This is what keeps coming across my feed.
I'm not a songwriter. I'm not a sex symbol. I just want to entertain people.
Bad things happen over and over. I just want to sing and shine.
You're going to do a Neil Diamond show? We should call ourselves Lightning and Thunder. Tell me I'm doing the right thing.
I think you are.
Trying to be better.
Aren't we all?
You've ever had a shot, pal? This is it.
Wait. So this is unlike Saving Silverman, you've got Arlie Ermy as the coach taking a dump on the lawn. This is like a legitimate movie. What? Not like a comedy. Like, it doesn't sound like a comedy, does it?
No. It's supposed to be based on this couple that they prove it's never too late to fall in love and follow your dreams. They are pursuing their dreams of being this Neil Diamond tribute band. I saw the commercial on TV over Thanksgiving.
Sounds like the worst movie
I was
ever.
with my daughter, and we saw the commercial, and she was like, another biopic? Why are all these musicians coming out with these biopics?
Yeah.
What's the deal with this? That's the genre right now. This movie, not a biopic. It's about this couple, and I don't know. Some people are saying that Kate Hudson may get an Oscar for her performance in this movie. Other people are very confused that Hugh Jackman, who is Wolverine, is trying to be Neil Diamond, looks nothing like him. It's not supposed to be. It's a tribute band.
Kev
wanted
is
to set the record
See,
straight.
I know when Kev's engaged because he'll get this laugh on his face where he just wants to burst. This is the worst movie ever, right? This is going to.
I mean, I guess it's supposed to be like a feel-good rom-com story, but it just reminds me of like a Hallmark movie, and I don't like those.
I don't like those. Which is your favorite Neil Diamond song? Would it be Sweet Caroline?
Well, that's like sort of like.
Cracklin' Rose.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not like a massive fan. Song Sung Blue is what's the name of this movie, right? I mean, they're totally trying to present it as a biopic,
Yeah,
right? They want people to think that.
I thought it was at first until I looked into it a little bit
I mean, they're all fine. There's not one where I'm like, Coming to America is great. I mean, he's a hit factory. There's no doubt about that. I just don't sit around going, oh man, Neil Diamond, he totally changed my life, right? What did he do? Kentucky Woman and a whole bunch of hits. So there you go.
Cherry.
Yeah, no, there's tons of Neil Diamond hits. Anyway, you have to go see that movie, by the way.
You think so?
Just tell us how bad it is.
Yeah, maybe I'll take my daughter over Christmas since we saw the commercial together.
Now, there was some article you were saying that there is a study or something that shows how old is too old to shovel snow.
Yes.
Is it 40?
What age is too old to
Is it
shovel
40?
snow? You're close.
Really?
Yeah, they say people over 45 should avoid it.
What?
Yeah, especially if you're 65 plus. If you have a higher risk of diabetes or high blood pressure, high cholesterol, tobacco use, a history of heart disease or obesity, you should definitely avoid shoveling snow.
No kidding.
And the reasons why is because people often hold their breath when they're lifting heavy snow, and that spikes your heart rate and your blood pressure.
What if you got a snow blower?
Well, that's totally different than shoveling. Bending over. They also say you have little leg movement when you shovel snow.
Yeah.
Because you stand in one
Hurt your back,
position,
yeah.
you bend over, you lift the heavy snow, and you're moving very slowly through it. And also, the cold air narrows your blood vessels, which raises your blood pressure.
Here's my biggest issue with shoveling snow. As long as I can get to the snow before someone drives on it, I'm fine. The problem is if somebody drives, then it packs and it's ice,
down.
right? And then it's hard to get out and you can slip and fall. As long as it's snow, just snow, I'm okay with it. It's after somebody has drove on the snow. So I always tell my wife, just park on the street and walk up to the house if it's snowed until I can get the driveway covered. And then she tells me exactly where I can stuff the car and a whole bunch of other things, and she pulls in the driveway.
So they say that you should push snow instead of lifting and throwing it if you have to have a shovel and you don't have a snowblower.
Yes.
The other thing is to get a small shovel. Rather than the big wide one, have a smaller one. That way you're not lifting. It'll take you longer.
Yeah,
but
right.
You're not lifting as much snow.
Yeah. Screw that.
Donald Trump had a cabinet meeting yesterday. He said a lot of stuff, some good, some very Trump-like, and we'll get into that coming up. It is Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Comcast Business is celebrating the holidays by giving your business the $1,000 holiday bonus when you switch to a gig speed internet package. Just imagine the thousands of possibilities of a $1,000 prepaid card. Like possibility number 12, the new laptop for the office holiday hero. Or possibility number 108, smart speakers to deck those hallways. Or possibility number 192, new equipment for the new year. Or possibility number 555, Bluetooth holiday lights for office decor. Switch to Comcast Business, designed for 100% reliability with business internet and wireless connect, plus advanced cybersecurity, and now get the $1,000 holiday bonus. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 12/14/25. New customers only with 2-year agreement. Requires qualifying gig package. Other restrictions apply.
This holiday season, make your home magical with Sundown Gardens and Miss M's Home and Garden. From sparkling Christmas trees to glowing holiday decorations and show-stopping fresh greenery and trees for inside and out, Sundown and Miss M's has everything you need to turn your home into a winter wonderland. Visit them for wonderful Christmas gifts, delectable chocolates, live trees, wreaths, and more. Come in, get inspired, and let the holiday spirit ring. Sundown Gardens, 186th and Spring Mill in Westfield. Miss M's on 135 in Barkersville. This is Denny Smith, and C&J's having a water quality sale of whole home protection for what matters the most. Better water for your family. Remove forever chemicals, solids, and metals from the water you cook with and drink. Invest in a softener and a reverse osmosis, UV, or dechlorinator and save $400. Invest in 2 components and save $800. City Water or Well Water, C&J, official partner of the Indiana Pacers and Fever, has great systems and great people too. 317-733-SOFT.
Jeff Saturday on Teamwork.
Hey, I know a little something about the value of teamwork. So when I found my name on IndianaUnclaimed.gov, you can bet I checked some teammates' names as well. And I found them, lots of them, including a Hall of Famer and another with his own TV show. Look out for your own team and go to IndianaUnclaimed.gov and see if your name's on the list. Trust me, Indiana Unclaimed wants you to reunite you with your hard-earned money. Visit IndianaUnclaimed.gov today.
Guys, you've heard of TRT, but you have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Once you start treatment, you'll wish you'd done it sooner.
Now you can take the TRT test free at Synergen X and the Low T Center. Walk in before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com.
Cheer on the blue and gold when they host the Nuggets on Wednesday.
Pacers have McConnell handling right baseline. He's in the lane, up and under with the left hand, going right to left.
Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets make their only visit to the Fieldhouse on Wednesday.
Nembhard has it. He's up top, picks up the dribble, goes to Walker. Can he hit another one?
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Tip-off is 7 p.m. Get your tickets at Pacers.com/tickets. Pacers Nuggets, Wednesday at 7.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This top-tier plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you'll save over 50% every month for the rest of your life. You might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer expires 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
Were you born from 1945 to 1965? People born during these years are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. So even if you try to eat right, exercise, and take care of yourself, you could still have hepatitis C, a serious disease that's a leading cause of liver cancer. If you were born from 1945 to 65, you should get a blood test for hepatitis C. Treatments can cure this disease. Talk to your doctor about getting tested. A message from the CDC.
Through their service, veterans have our backs. Now we should have theirs. Learn more at GotYour6.org.
Republicans are going to have a slightly bigger House majority. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. After Matt Van Epps won a special election in Tennessee, taking a vacant seat that had been held by the GOP.
He's a patriot, a combat veteran. He's going to be a great member of this team, and I cannot wait to administer the oath to him.
House Speaker Mike Johnson also just told Fox.
Democrats put millions of dollars in. They were really trying to set this narrative that there's some sort of wave ongoing. There's not. We just proved that there's not.
Van Epps beat Democrat Afton Bain by 9 points in a district President Trump carried by 22 points last year. Trying to counter the Democrats who keep saying the economy is worse and less affordable since President Trump took office, he plans to announce later today new fuel efficiency standards aimed at lowering car and SUV prices. Still no end in sight to the war in Ukraine, despite Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Russian leader Vladimir Putin talking after midnight Moscow time on a peace plan the U.S. is brokering. Secretary of State Marco Rubio tells Fox's Hannity,
you can't end the war between Russia and Ukraine without talking to Russia. Right. But you also have to take into account the Ukrainian position. They've been very brave in how they fought.
This hour, Hamas plans to hand over more remains to Israel to finish complying with the ceasefire that halted the war in Gaza. The day after a body returned was a disappointment.
Hamas spun another web of its lie by claiming they were releasing one of our final 2 hostages in captivity. Instead, the findings that we received were not linked to any of our deceased hostages at all.
Israeli spokesperson Shosh Bedrosian. The manhunt is over in Georgia for an escaped prisoner. Timothy Shane was captured overnight. He'd fled a hospital early Monday while being treated after a suicide attempt in jail.
He ran off, stole an SUV, crashed it in downtown Atlanta, and ran again, believed to be with a handgun taken from the SUV. He was seen stealing another car, at some point acquiring clothes and shoes, abandoning that car in a supermarket parking lot, then taking an Uber to a home where police did not find him. Shane was caught after being seen knocking on doors in Covington, Georgia, about an hour away from the initial escape.
That's Chris Foster. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Hearing from those for and against it. Cloudy skies today, right now 23 on Monument Circle. Today's high around 32. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 10:02. House Republicans showing off their proposed redrawn maps at the State House this week and getting some feedback from Republicans who are mostly for it and Democrats who are against it. Republican State Rep Ben Smaltz was the one who introduced the bill.
These maps are entirely focused on creating a political advantage for Republicans in the coming congressional election.
The proposal does split Marion County into 4 different districts. Some Democrat opponents said redistricting in Indiana is just political performance, and the new maps are racially gerrymandered. An online fitness influencer is facing half a dozen counts of child seduction following his arrest last week in Indianapolis. Police say 44-year-old Brian Devine had a sexual relationship with a 16-year-old girl. After Devine's arrest the day before Thanksgiving, the victim told police that he gave her drugs and alcohol at least 3 different times when the two would hang out at his house on the city's north side or a warehouse on the west side. Devine goes by Kaizen DIY Gym online. He has over 100,000 followers and subscribers on his Instagram and YouTube pages for his gym content. Buying anything during the holiday season can be tricky. John Herrick reports on how one financial expert in Indiana is assessing that.
John Talbot is an IU Kelley School of Business senior lecturer. His areas of expertise are retailing, relating marketing activities to financial outcomes, and new media communication. He tells Inside Indiana Business there's no denying that online shopping is a major factor.
Online has continued to grow. The real inflection point was the pandemic when we went
a decade into the future, and we've stayed there.
He believes the majority of shopping, though, will still happen in stores, but he also says Hoosiers at all income levels are being cautious with how they spend their money. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Purdue and Butler basketball both picking up wins Tuesday night. The top-ranked Boilers captured their first Big Ten win of the season by beating Rutgers 81-65. Trey Kaufman-Renn had a double-double with 19 points and 13 rebounds. They will face number 10 Iowa State at home on Saturday. And thanks to 29 points from Finley Bizjack, the Bulldogs downed Eastern Michigan 84-68 at Hinkle Fieldhouse. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. Kendall and Casey coming back after this.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or Sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1-day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. AdventKnows.com. Most insurance accepted.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
So Trump had a cabinet meeting.
He did. He had a cabinet meeting, and then afterwards he had a press conference. At the press conference, he announced that billionaires Michael and Susan Dell pledged $6.25 billion, and that is to support a new child investment account called Trump Accounts.
Okay, so a couple thoughts on this. One, where are we at in terms of a private citizen funding one of the president's signature governmental priorities? Like, I'm asking you, where are you at with this? I mean, on one hand,
hey, it's their money if they want to do it.
Well, okay, first of all, he's not funding it; he's giving part of it. I mean, the $6 billion isn't even a drop in the bucket what they're proposing. So basically, what's happening is in more legalized vote buying from Trump and the Republicans that you'll pay for through printed money, inflation, the price of everything, because they're not cutting any spending to offset this. Is that they're going to they call them Trump accounts, where any kid born during his term gets this account set up, and they put $1,000 into it to start, and then the premise is you invest money into it, it grows over time, then the kid, when they become an adult, can invest into it, and it'll create some sort of long-term financial stability, right? So.
Yeah. The accounts are going to officially launch on 4th of July, 2026, obviously chosen to align with the 250th anniversary of the U.S. independence, and the funds are going to be invested in a stock market index fund. Now, the children who receive this money can withdraw it at the age of 18, and they can use it for education, buying a home, starting a business. But what the Dells have contributed is another $250 on top of it for any qualifying child.
So I come back to you. Where are we at on terms of a private citizen paying money into a government program, especially a person, the Dell, pretty prominent name, right? You know, again, we're not running a soup kitchen here. Where are we at with that? Like, I mean, what do you think about that? Should we be letting private citizens pay to fund government programs, especially if they potentially could have business with the government down the line?
Well, they're not paying to fund a government program. What they're doing is they're adding on to it. It's considered a private gift to U.S. children, and I'm okay with it, because if they want to spend their money and give it to children for a savings account, great, let them do it. I'd rather people do that with their money than give it to a campaign.
Yeah, but I mean, this guy, right, the name should tell you what he does.
Mhm.
He's the CEO of Dell Technologies.
Mhm.
They have major business and policy
So
in
they're
front of the
doing it
federal
to
government.
curry favor.
Well, I'm saying this guy ain't running a soup kitchen.
No.
Right? If he wanted to give money to children, there's a million different ways you could give money to children, charities, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one he chose.
Right.
It just happens to be the president's signature policy initiative. And maybe it is totally altruistic. Maybe it's all above board. Maybe it's all out of the goodness of his heart. I'm just saying, I mean, Dell, the chips, the technology, the CHIPS Act, stuff being made here in America. That
guilty conscience, maybe.
Well, I'm just saying there's a lot of money on the line, right? I mean, and I think that is a red flag when you see a private citizen giving this amount of money towards a signature issue of the President of the United States. I'm all for charitable giving. I'm all for helping the less fortunate. I'm all for helping people learn to save money. But when you're doing it as a private citizen who has business in some capacity and priority issues in front of the federal government, I think that's something we need to take a look at.
Okay, well, what if it had been created by the Biden administration and they still did that? Either way, I mean, they're trying to curry favor either way.
It's a guy giving money to a policy initiative of the President of the United States, essentially giving money to the government who has business in front of the government. It's sort of no different than the politicians. I mean, you get these people. I've long said, if you have business with the government, you shouldn't be able to give money to politicians. If your business is that great and the service you're providing for the American people is that strong, you should be able to give money. You should not be able to give money to politicians, because how often do we see it, even right here in this state, IEDC, hello, where these politicians give, these huge sums of money, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's $1 million for this project or millions of dollars for that project. I'm not trying to indict this guy. He could very well just be a well-meaning dude. I just think that's a heck of a coincidence.
So who does this target? Who can get this? Children who are 10 and under. You have to live in a zip code with a median family income of $150,000 or less. So they're going to determine that, right?
I just, like I said, and again, the people may go, oh, well, how about we just not do it? How about we stop printing money? How about we stop having a government that is so robust and being so broke that we're dependent upon rich, connected people with business in front of the federal government to fund our stuff? Like, why can't we just do that?
So the Trump accounts can grow to $191,000 from age 0 to 18, and then get over to $2 million up to retirement, with the max contribution is $5,000 per year. So once this account is created, you can contribute more to it.
I would be very hesitant to contribute something that the government has control over.
Okay, but how is that really any different than donating to an IRA? I mean,
well, the government doesn't have control over that.
Over the stock market, really?
Well,
their decisions affect that.
No, Casey, this is a government program, right? Your Roth IRA, college savings account, those are all things that you're doing on your own with tax benefits. I agree that those are set forth by the government, but this is an actual government program.
Right, you're talking about direct versus indirect.
Is there any government program that over time you go, boy, that worked out fabulous?
Yeah, you do have to wonder long term what this is going to look like.
But look, Trump will push it and people will do it, and that's fine. Whatever, they can do whatever they want with their money. It comes back to, why are we so broke that we need private people to be funding our policies and our priorities?
Another thing that Donald Trump announced was, he said next year is going to be the biggest tax refund season in American history. He said families are going to receive money generated from tariffs. He claimed he brought in trillions, and it's paid out quite a dividend. And he also approached the idea of no more income tax.
Next year is projected to be the largest tax refund season ever, and we're going to be giving back refunds out of the tariffs because we've taken in literally trillions of dollars, and we're going to be giving a nice dividend to the people, in addition to reducing debt. As you know, I inherited a lot of debt, but it's peanuts compared to the kind of numbers we're talking about. So we're going to be making a dividend to the people, and additionally, we're going to be able to reduce debt. And as time goes by over the next 2, 3, 4 years, those numbers are going to go up. And I believe that at some point in the not too distant future, you won't even have income tax to pay, because the money
Just
we're taking
stop.
in
I'm
is
going to just blow my face off if I have to listen to him talk anymore. He is lying. He is lying out of his
just
ass,
about to
Casey.
say, do you not believe him?
You're going to get rid of the income tax? You mean how we fund the federal government that we're $38 trillion in debt of, and replace it with what, Mr. President?
The tariff.
That's going to
Tariff
generate.
money.
That's going to generate $3 trillion over 10 years. So now we're going to fund the federal government. We're going to propose that many spending cuts. No, you're not, because your signature bill that you passed this year adds $5 trillion over the next 10 years. God, like, I'm so sick of him. His Bessent came out and already poured cold water all over the dividend stuff. You've heard the House and Senate both say there's no desire to give these dividends back. He's not giving any money back. The tariffs are tax increases, so even if he gave it back to us, it's money he already taxed us on. Like, this is the most government thing ever. Hey, sorry about that tax increase you had to pay, but you're going to love me because I'm going to give you some of that back in terms of this. I am so sick of it. I'm so sick of the bloviating, the spending, the money printing, the inflation, the cost of living increase. Like, I'm just sick of all of it. Just stop spending money.
Hey, according to the vice president, it is not them spending money that is creating the affordability problem. It's the Democrats.
You look at every affordability crisis that's confronting the American people today, it is traceable directly to a problem caused by Joe Biden and congressional Democrats. Why did homes get so unaffordable? Because we had 20 million illegal aliens in this country taking homes that ought by right to go to American citizens. Why did tax bills get so unaffordable? Because Democrats were raising taxes while congressional Republicans under the president's leadership, we're now cutting taxes. Why did food get so expensive? Because we printed trillions of dollars and threw it into green scams that made our agricultural economy suffer while Americans were paying higher prices for food. On every single
Kevin,
one of those issues,
you better
Mr.
stop.
President.
You better stop that. Rob's about to lose it. What? You don't believe him? Your government would never lie to
So
you.
the home price increases are now because of illegal immigrants. Casey, who was the president in 2020? Who was the president in 2020?
Donald Trump.
Which is when the home price increases started. Who printed $5 trillion and said, here, catch, in 2020?
Donald Trump.
Who demanded that the Federal Reserve cut the interest rates down to like 2% for home borrowers?
Donald Trump.
What do illegal immigrants have to do with any of that? Because if illegal immigrants are the cause of it, which is the new thing now, everything's illegal immigrants, the census, all that stuff, who was the president when all of that was happening?
Donald Trump.
And Donald Trump and Mike Pence and the Republicans were running trillion-dollar-plus annual deficits before COVID ever entered anybody's vernacular, right? I am disgusted by these people. I am disgusted that they are allowed to run this country the way they lie. They are habitual, pathological liars. And it is you, J.D. Vance. It is you, Donald Trump. It is, of course, it's Biden. It's everybody.
So you didn't enjoy the cabinet meeting? You didn't like it?
And the fact that those people sit there like bobbleheads and just go, oh, yes, Mr. President. Tell us more about how it's all the Democrats and we had nothing to do with it. Of course it's Biden, but it's Trump and it's Obama and it's Bush. It's all of you people. You all are disgustingly awful, rotten humans who are ruining everything for everyone. Why did you play that?
Jacob Stewart's going to join us next from Indy Star. He wrote an article about redistricting and how it will affect the rural portion of the state more than the city.
You did that, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I'm just giving our listeners the information that they need. It is Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Santa's checking his list, and the Hoosiers keep landing on the nice and nasty list. Nice hustle, nasty from downtown.
And three-pointer on the way.
Yes! Coach Darren DeVries has a workshop full of sharpshooters and high flyers, stacking up wins like gifts under the tree. Grab the cocoa and enjoy some holiday hoops. IU versus Minnesota tonight at 7 on your home for Hoosiers basketball. 93 WIBC.
Garage Doors of Indianapolis is everything that's right about Central Indiana. They've been locally family-owned for 50 years, helping our local economy remain strong by employing 70 families. Garage Doors of Indianapolis is proud to do business right here in the great state of Indiana. They're a conservative-minded company that shares our values and stands by their products and services. You can call Garage Doors of Indianapolis today for service today. 875-4577, 875-4577, or visit doorstoday.com.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
So Pure Talk is offering unlimited talk, text, and data on a crazy fast 5G network for just $29.95 a month for life. Not your phone's life, your life. This top-tier plan is normally $65 a month, but if you switch today, you'll save over 50% every month for the rest of your life. You might say it's the deal of your lifetime. Just dial pound 250, say Mike Rowe. Offer expires 12/7. Some restrictions apply. Details at puretalk.com.
The holidays mean more travel, more shopping, more time online, and more personal info in more places that could expose you more to identity theft. But LifeLock monitors millions of data points per second. If your identity is stolen, our US-based restoration specialists will fix it, guaranteed, or your money back. Don't face drained accounts, fraudulent loans, or financial losses alone. Get more holiday fun and less holiday worry with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Slid through on a wooden cross, blackbird in the barn. 400 empty acres that used to be my farm. Grew up like my daddy.
Casey, we've long had a theory on this program that redistricting is screwing everyone.
Especially one group of people.
Yeah, President Trump. That's who this is helping. But in the overall, it's not good for the actual state of Indiana. And our next guest says, yes, a specific group of people is going to take it the worst. Headline Indy Star from our old pal, columnist extraordinaire Jacob Stewart. GOP redistricting empowers Indianapolis over rural Indiana. He says rural Indiana is going to take it on the chin. Jacob Stewart joins us now to discuss. Jacob Stewart, hello.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
Okay, so let's start with kind of the premise of the column, which people can read now over at IndyStar.com. You say rural Indiana is going to get the worst of redistricting. Explain.
Oh, yeah. So there are about a million different ways they could have redrawn this map to give Republicans a majority. They chose just about the worst one. It gives Indianapolis is split into 4 parts, tiny slivers, densely populated, and the districts that they are in now are, if this map passes, would stretch all the way through rural Indiana to the corners of the state. So you get these huge districts, and about 20 to 40% of the population in those districts is this tiny sliver of Indianapolis. And the natural result of that is 4 congressional candidates are going to pretty much exclusively campaign in Indianapolis and central Indiana. And all the money, all the political consultants are there. The media market is there. So long story short, Indianapolis is going to have a much larger sway over GOP politics, and rural conservatives and rural Republicans are going to lose the advantages they've gained in the party over the past couple of years.
Oh, no, Casey.
What?
It's like we're just after 10:20, and I have to do my least favorite part of every show.
Yeah, and that is to say that you're right.
Now, look, let's go back in the time machine because this just happened. Like, what have I been saying throughout this whole process? That we were going to get 2 more Jefferson Shreve people. Like, is this worth 2 more Jefferson Shreves?
Yeah.
Well, think about how Jefferson Shreve just became a congressman. What did he do? That district has a portion of Indianapolis. It stretches to the eastern border of the state. What did he do? He got smoked in most of the district. He cleaned up in Indianapolis, and now he's a congressman. So who was right again?
You were.
Dun, 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 dun. Right. I mean, right, Jacob? I mean, that's what you're talking about, where a Jefferson Shreve type guy with infinite money just pours resources into the Indianapolis portion of the district, cleans up in the vote there, and they don't have to worry about the rest of the district.
Oh, yeah, that's 100% going to happen. I mean, especially when you're going to have 4 different congressional districts in Indianapolis. That's 4, potential Republican headliners in the state party and in the federal delegation. They're going to compete with each other too, so they're not going to, it just makes the most sense for people to campaign in Indianapolis and to spend their money there. And like you said, just like Jefferson Shreve, they're going to focus completely on Indianapolis at the expense of the rest of the state.
Yeah, Jacob, you're actually one of the first people that I've heard mention this, because it seems like the people that will be celebrating Indianapolis or Marion County being split up into 4 sections is the political elite consultant types and also the media. Can you speak more on the money that will be spent within the media to win these races?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the Indianapolis media market and, the central Indiana media market, it touches about 8 of the 9 congressional districts now, as opposed to right now Indianapolis just touches 2, and then there's a couple surrounding it. But under this new map, like I said, there's 4 districts that directly touch Marion County. There's a couple more that are like very, very close. And it's basically people are going to spend all their money here. It's where the TV's going to reach the most people. And it's just a matter of geography. And then with the political consulting class, a lot of them are Republican, maybe more establishment types. And, they've been kind of out of power for a while in the GOP. As you're well aware, COVID-19 made a lot of people angry at how Indianapolis Republicans handled things, especially the former governor. But now this is going to firmly put them back in control because they have the money to control things. They just didn't have the demographics anymore. And Indianapolis Republicans haven't had that congressional power in a while. Jefferson Shreve was one of the more recent ones. And, now this is just going to, if we have 4 congressional candidates that are Republicans from Indianapolis, who are they going to get their policies from? Who are they going to get their, other political things from? It's going to be the political consultants there. So it's 100% going to be a huge boon for them.
Couple minutes left with Jacob Stewart, columnist, Indy Star. New column out today. GOP redistricting empowers Indianapolis over rural Indiana. Didn't they kind of make a huge mistake, Jacob, not unveiling these maps when Braun first went for redistricting, like saying, here's what we want to work off of? That way they could have got input and maybe made these maps a little better to make the opposition less stern. Because I think one of the points of the opposition has been, we don't even know what the maps are going to look like, and neither do you. How could you be for it?
Oh, 100%. I think I know exactly why they drew the maps the way they did. I mean, they involved this out-of-state group, the National Republican Redistricting Trust, and they've pretty much directly said that they drew the maps, or at least had a huge role in it, and they were solely drawn with the intent of preserving GOP political majority. My guess is that it's drawn the way it is to, have those tiny slivers of Indianapolis and then all the way across the rest of the state. I think the goal is no matter where this demographics trend of like Indianapolis and central Indiana, they want to keep that majority in those districts. So I'm sure that's why they did it. They don't really care, at least they haven't said that they care about the actual impact on state politics. And we know that because pretty much everyone pushing this is from out of state, except for a small minority of legislators and some political people here. Like I said, the Indianapolis political consultants. So, I mean, that's really why they did it. And it could have helped them get some more support if they revealed it earlier. It also could have helped shut it down earlier, too, because, just the way it's drawn, it gives people a really easy out to oppose it.
Okay, hey, before we let you go, we're kind of asking all our media friends this, and we're hearing from more and more people. Kayla Dwyer, who's your colleague at the Star, said this yesterday. I heard from Adam Wren, who said it at Politico. Abdul has said this. We had Jim Merritt on earlier who said this. They think this thing is going down in the Senate, which blows my mind that they could just thoroughly embarrass the governor in front of the entire nation. But it sounds like a lot of people think that's where it's headed. What do you think? You have your ear to the, ear on all of this. You are talking to people. Where do you think this vote is headed in the Senate?
I think it will be very close. I don't think I have a firm opinion yet. I've said throughout this whole process, I think it's going to eventually happen. And, it might just die at the last moment, or it might get just one vote enough to get it to pass.
What a non-opinion. You should run for Congress, Jacob Stewart. You should run for wherever these districts are. You should run in one of them. All right, brother. We appreciate you. This is a really interesting column, a great perspective. You echo a lot of the sentiments we've been saying. The column, again, is GOP Redistricting Empowers Indianapolis Over Rural Indiana. Jacob Stewart, thank you.
Yep, thank you.
It's Kendall Casey on 93 WIBC.
The holidays are the most wonderful time of the year. And let's be honest, between travel, to-do lists, and year-end everything, it can get overwhelming. Now add retirement planning to the mix? Not a chance. Here's the good news. Retirement planning doesn't have to be stressful. At Howard Bailey Financial, our team simplifies the process, listens to your goals, and helps you take your next retirement steps with more confidence. So while you're wrapping gifts and planning get-togethers, let Howard Bailey Financial help you wrap up your retirement plan. Get started today by texting WRAP to 888-494-5004 to download your free retirement toolkit. That's WRAP to 888-494-5004. Because financial confidence doesn't just belong under the tree, it belongs in your future. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. See disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Retaining a seat in Trump country. I'm Jarrett Lewis. Here's what's trending at 10:30. Voters in Tennessee electing Republican Matt Van Epps to hold the state's 7th congressional district seat, maintaining a slim GOP majority in the House. Speaker Mike Johnson talked with Fox on Capitol Hill, reacting to the results and saying the GOP is excited about the win.
Democrats put millions of dollars in. They were really trying to set this narrative that there's some sort of wave ongoing. There's not. We just proved that there's not.
Republicans also spent millions of dollars in a bid to hold that seat, winning by about 9 points in a district that President Trump carried by 22 points last year. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth is facing accusations of ordering a second airstrike on a boat suspected of trafficking drugs into the U.S., which killed people who survived the initial strike. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson is in Washington, D.C.
Secretary Hegseth says he saw the first strike on the alleged drug boat in real time, but says he did not see the second.
Did not personally see survivors, but I stand because the thing was on fire. It was exploded and fire and smoke. You can't see anything. You got digital. This is called the fog of war.
The strike in question was the first on September 2nd off the coast of Trinidad. All 11 alleged drug traffickers on board were killed, but it took more than one strike to do it. Those who initially survived were later killed.
The administration says the second strike was ordered by Navy Admiral Frank Mitch Bradley, who is expected to deliver a classified briefing to lawmakers on Thursday. The Trump administration is planning increased immigration enforcement in Minnesota. As many as 100 more federal agents could be heading there to target the state's Somali community. Hundreds of them are here on temporary protected status. And payroll processor ADP says the U.S. lost jobs for the third time in 4 months in November. Businesses cut 32,000 jobs. It's the biggest decline since the spring of 2023. I'm Jarrett Lewis on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Hey, what's up? It's Nigel. I had a chance to stop by PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. It's such a great, unique, family-owned jewelry store. Huge selection and probably the most competitive pricing on these beautiful pieces of jewelry that I've ever seen. So, guys, did you forget your anniversary again? Trying to impress a lady in your life? Celebrating a birthday? You have to get to PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. They don't mark up their jewelry like the other guys. Sale prices every single day. PA Jewelers in Brownsburg. Tell them Nigel sent you.
Food insecurity is an urgent problem, one that impacts real Hoosiers. You can help today. Gleaners needs donations. Your contribution goes further with Gleaners. For every $10 you give, Gleaners leverages their resources to turn your $10 into $90 worth of groceries for families who desperately need help right now. Your gift benefits local community members, and every dollar counts. Gleaners also needs volunteers now to help with warehouse distribution. Go to gleaners.org and donate or get involved today.
Galaxy Concrete Coatings is proud to support the Salvation Army's Radiothon through My Virtual Red Kettle. Hey, it's Casey Daniels. Now through December 13th, they'll match your contribution up to $1,000. That's double the impact to make someone's life a little better. Visit WIBC.com and look for Casey's Virtual Red Kettle. While you're at it, check out Galaxy Concrete Coatings and find out why they're your best choice for your flooring needs. This Christmas time, make a difference and upgrade your space with Galaxy Concrete Coatings. They're creating stronger floors and stronger communities.
If you used to hear a whole lot of this, but now you can barely hear this, you need to check out RelayIndiana.com and the Caption Telephone. The Caption Telephone allows you to get your groove back when using the telephone. It uses voice recognition technology so you can read on a bright screen what the other caller is saying. Go to RelayIndiana.com and add clarity back into your conversations with the Caption Telephone from Relay Indiana. Visit RelayIndiana.com now.
This Black Friday, skip the lines and hit the gas. Now through December 13th, Financial Center is offering auto loan rates as low as 4.99% APR for up to 66 months, whether you're buying new or refinancing. Plus, enjoy no payments for 90 days, giving you room to breathe this holiday season. Start now at fcfcu.com/auto. That's fcfcu.com/auto. Subject to underwriting guidelines. See website for terms and conditions.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
Find the most wonderful gifts at Macy's Friends and Family Sale with incredible deals on our best brands like Donna Karan, Avec Les Filles, Calvin Klein, and more, all at 30% off. Plus, take 15% off beauty and fragrance from Lancôme, Clinique, and Yves Saint Laurent. Or Star Rewards members can earn $20 in Star money for every $100 spent on eligible brands. Going on now, only at Macy's Friends and Family Sale. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me.
Need to sell your home without the hassle? Sell your home to people you can trust. Call Simple Quarters, 317-900-HOME. Simple Quarters, sponsor of Fill Up in the News with Tony Katz.
This seems like a really bad idea.
You're talking about what's going on in Ohio?
Yeah,
and the high school athletes?
It seems like there's going to be a lot of not quite thought through pitfalls to this little operation here.
Ohio now becoming the 45th state to allow high school athletes to profit from NIL deals, name, image, and likeness.
So basically, now these are high school kids.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a high school kid, they're going to allow you to get paid to go to the local car wash? And who would pay anything because a high school kid, unless you're LeBron, like a LeBron James?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sure, there was a time here in Indiana where like a Damon Bailey, could have capitalized. I mean, like a tippy top person, maybe there would be some interest in. Although I don't even know anymore today. We're so fractured. There was a time in Indiana where the best high school basketball player in the state was a household name. I don't, on a grand scale, know that exists anymore. Who, on what sort of legitimate level is that going to pay off? And then we can get to the pitfalls of this.
Okay, well, the student athletes, they can now earn money through endorsements, appearances, licensing deals, and other branding opportunities. But the one that I think is changing and changing rapidly that maybe you're not thinking about is the social media promotions.
But again, so Darren, the high school football team kicker, if I'm on I'm not in any way trying to pick on this community. I love them. They're wonderful, fine people. But if I'm in the live in Greencastle and Darren, the high school sophomore kicker, is promoting what? I'm going to go like, I was on the fence, but Darren's for it, so sign me up for that? Like what?
Well,
what?
Darren could now go on, I don't know, TikTok, for example, and do a live feed and get paid for that. Or he could...
Yeah, but my point is, who's going to buy something because Darren says, which is the point of advertising?
It's not necessarily to buy, but if you can go on social media and get a lot of viewers and TikTok pays that person before...
TikTok pays minors?
Well, yeah, through the live feeds.
You can be a minor and get on TikTok and monetize yourself? They allow that?
I'm not sure about the age requirement, but what if he's a senior? He's 18 years old.
Okay, but again, my point is, so he's going to use, so unlike the rest of, like, he's using taxpayer funds for whatever sport that he's paying, right? It's all taxpayer funded. There, I mean, there might be a booster club of some, a quarterback club, whatever. But the overwhelming majority of dollars for Darren's existence comes from me as a taxpayer. The stadium he plays in, like there's some sponsorship field, whatever, but the overwhelming majority comes from me as a taxpayer of that community. So Darren's going to use what? The jersey that I pay for him to be in, the stadium that I pay for him to play in, and he's going to go on TikTok and make money videos with that?
Possibly.
And I'm supposed to be cool with that?
Well,
get a job at Arby's.
That's the law now, that they can profit from NIL. Now, the one thing you said, the jersey that you paid for, they still have to follow the rule against unauthorized use of school logos. So if the school says they're cool with it, then
I pay for.
Yes,
I pay.
He could use the jersey. They
Minors cannot go live on TikTok. Somebody said.
There we go. Okay, but if he's 18, he could do that. If he's a senior, and he's just got videos of him out there kicking, and lots of people like it and follow along.
So you are going to have
get paid for that.
Look, adults have zero financial literacy, right? Most adults have zero financial literacy. You're going to take a child, and you're going to have who knows who throwing huge sums of money at them, and who knows what sort of dealio they're signing up for with that, and who they're getting into business with. You're going to let a kid make that choice?
45 states have said this is okay. Indiana, not one of them.
Yeah, because that's insanity.
Indiana high school athletes still can't earn NIL compensation. This is under the IHSAA rules.
That's crazy, the idea that you are going to let, and again, other than some tippy-top kid, a Damon Bailey type person.
I thought his name was Darren.
Yeah. You know what? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm hearing this out loud going, okay, I see 10,000 pitfalls. And part of what we do as a society, why we have age restrictions on things, is we say you're not mature enough to make that choice. Now, you know my theory on it. Whatever the age of
Pick an age.
Yeah, whatever you drive a car. Whatever we say the age to drive a car is. If it's 16, cool. If it's 18, fine. If it's 21, fine. Whatever age we say you can operate a multi-ton piece of metal that can kill somebody every time you get in it, you're old enough to do it all. Make choices about drinking, about smoking, voting, who you engage in consensual behaviors with, whatever that age is, that should be the age for everything. But we don't do that. So part of what we do is, as a society, if 18's the perceived cutoff as a child, then we protect you from yourself. And in this case, for some reason, we're not doing that. And we think that a 15-year-old kid, the next boy or girl wonder, is capable of making those choices. Some might be if their parents have it together. Some might be able to be protected by their parents. But what about a lot of these kids who don't even have parents? What are they going to do?
So this was approved during an emergency bylaw referendum. 447 schools were in favor of it, 121 opposed, 247 abstained from voting. And this all it was triggered by a lawsuit which was filed by a student athlete's family back in October.
That is I mean, just scary beyond belief, because what's also going to stop, and we've seen this now with the IHSAA, where they're now just allowing people to transfer because of sports. You can just leave your school and go somewhere because you just solely want to play sports. So let's just admit, we've admitted it now at the college level. It's not about education. Let's just admit, here's the deal I'll make. If we're willing to admit that high school now is not about education either, but we also get rid of all the property taxes that pay for all of this stuff, I'll make that deal. If we're willing to admit out loud that high school, just like college has admitted, is a big fat frickin' joke, and it's not about the kids or making them better people, it's about making money. And if we're willing to admit that for high school, but then we get rid of the taxes that come with it, I'll admit that and say, let the kid make as much money as he can. Is that fair? If I don't have to protect the kid anymore, if it's not about making them better members of society, if it's about their profit margin, then get me out of paying for it, and I'm all on board.
Okay. So Governor Braun announced today the Family First Workplace Initiative. This is for state employees. This program allows employees to bring their babies to work during the first 6 months of life.
Bring their babies to work like you sit next to me while I work?
The agencies that are starting this are the governor's office, the Indiana
wait.
Indiana Department of Health, and also State Personnel Department.
Whoa. Like, Carl, can you hear us? Can you come in here for a second? Wait. Not like there's a daycare? Are we saying there's a daycare? Or are we saying, like, you got to have the baby next to you? Because I have an opinion on this because I have now raised a 6-month-old. But Carl is here. Carl, Tony's producer, Carl, hello. You are now raising, what is your baby?
2 months.
Could you do your job with any effectiveness with a baby next to you?
The crying, the incessant crying, and the feeding every 2 hours.
Now, are they saying
diaper changes? You imagine doing a diaper change at work here in the studio?
How do you think Tony Katz would feel about a baby crying during his show?
Well, the governor said it's okay, Tony.
I mean, are we talking about like we're setting up daycares in all these state agencies to watch the children?
This is a pilot program. It starts immediately. Procedures from the State Personnel Department. If it goes well, they're going to expand it to more agencies. The governor said that this helps parents stay connected to their newborns while continuing their careers.
On my dime? Wait, but this is what I'm asking you, Casey. Is it a daycare, or are they saying, like, Carl would be sitting here with an infant next to him? Hey, sorry I missed that sounder, Tony.
I have a carrier, so I could totally do it, but...
Well, it seems like the baby would be close by because he's saying this helps new parents connect to the newborn. If the newborn's in a, daycare babysitter situation.
Is this Practical Jokers? Is someone in your ear right now telling you can bring your baby to the government? Is this what's going on? Is this what was the Ashton Kutcher show where people were hiding? Punked. Is this punked? Is Mike Braun going to walk out from behind that door and start laughing at me?
No.
This is a legitimate thing?
No, the governor would not come in here while you're on the air. Sorry.
Right, so this is insanity, right?
Yeah, it's difficult to even work remotely with the baby.
All right, that's it. We got a break.
It's Kendall and Casey. It's 93 WIBC.
Coming up on Tony Katz today, the relationship with Qatar, and it's very okay to say that some pardons just stink. That's after the news at noon on 93 WIBC.
So what's in the bag today? Yesterday's leftovers? Another lunch meat sandwich? Well, go ahead and pull up a rock and settle in for a half hour of I wish I was eating something else. Or you could be eating something else, or someplace else. If you're brown bagging it at the corner of 30th and Shadeland area, drop over to His Place Eatery for 30 minutes of, why didn't I know about this place sooner? Nothing fancy, not a lot of frills. They save that for the quality of the meal. Like ribs that fall off the bone, southern fried chicken, sides that will cause your taste buds to thank you into tomorrow. Put that in your brown bag and eat it. Better yet, bank the bag. Go to His Place Eatery at the corner of 30th and Shadeland, or the newest location off 86th and Ditch Road. Your dirty boots and work clothes are welcome here. His Place, your place for lunch. Go to hisplaceeatery.com to learn more.
Hey guys, it's Rob for Universal Windows Direct. Insanity in the government, insanity in life, but well, I guess you could say there's some insanity here with this deal because it is insane, the deal going on right now with the Universal Windows Direct. If you've been on the fence about replacing your windows this cold winter that's ahead, you said, I'd like to stay a little bit warmer. New windows would be the way to do it. Now's the time to strike. Listen to this. For every 2 windows you buy, you get 2 free. That's an old hat. I mean, it's a great deal, but we've known that for a while with Universal Windows Direct. Then this is where it really gets good. 0% interest for 60 months. Yes, that's 5 years of 0 interest financing. So let's review. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, 0% interest for 60 months. Then on top of that, as if that wasn't enough, a free vacation voucher. Yes, a free vacation voucher with your project. So you're improving your home now, and you'll have a future trip to look forward to later. Sound too good to be true? Get all the details for yourself. Call Universal Windows Direct today. Schedule your totally free in-home estimate. 317-659-7574. 317-659-7574. Check them out on the web, universalwindowsdirect.com. Tell them Rob sent you.
Anticipation of the Christmas season offers the celebration of joy, hope, and redemption as we celebrate the birth of Jesus. But maybe you don't feel joyful. You've lost hope, and redemption of your situation seems impossible. Grief isn't limited to the loss of a loved one through death. Many life circumstances can initiate grief and inhibit our ability to embrace meaningful moments. But you don't have to grieve without hope. Join us at Life Church for our Blue Christmas services, designed to give you space for your grief. Go to lifechurchin.com for more information.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care, and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
All right, let's talk about beauty for a second. What are you laughing at? If you'd like to look as beautiful as me, which I know is on the top of your mind every morning when you wake up, guys, you can with a call to We Grow Hair Indy. That's what I did 5 years ago, and every time I look in the mirror, so happy I made that choice. Call today, 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995. You schedule a totally free, no hassle, no obligation in-person consultation, and then they're going to give you some suggestions on what you can do to make the top of your head look a little bit better. Then you make the call. It's all in your hands. In the meantime, you want to see some people who made the choice to go to We Grow Hair Indy, do it today. WeGrowHairIndy.com is the website. WeGrowHairIndy.com. Call today, 317-522-2995, 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
Listen to Hammer and Nigel all this week for your chance to win a pair of tickets to see Lynyrd Skynyrd and Foreigner with Six Gun Sally, Friday, August 7th at Ruoff Music Center.
Jason Hammer, hello.
So I just heard your conversation with producer Carl, who works with Tony Katz in the morning about, could you bring your kid in and have a functional work day?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I started thinking to myself, how would that be any different for Carl? I mean, he deals with a crying, loud pain in the ass every day. How would that be any different than bringing a kid in here?
And you were trying to set me up for that joke, and I was trying to be the bigger person.
I said to Rob off here, I just laid up a softball for you, and you missed it. Thank you for picking up on that, Jason.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
I love that you two, usually I'm the bottom feeder, I'm the gutter dweller, and today it's you two. I'm the better person here.
No, you're still down here with us.
As the kids would say, ain't scared. Heard the Sweet Home Alabama music coming in.
Yes.
So one, we're giving away Skynyrd tickets this week.
That's right.
But two, we've got action on the Alabama-Georgia game in addition to the Indiana-Ohio State game in our latest podcast. Right?
Oh, we know. Casey made the pick on the air. Hammer was outraged that I turned my picks over to you.
Yeah. It's conference championship week.
I'm doing pretty well.
Yeah, but you didn't know either one of these teams where they were ranked at, and you were basically just throwing crap against the wall.
Yeah, and it's working out for
me.
But
what does that say about sports betting that I've let her do that multiple times, and I won the regular season?
Well, you were tied for the regular season.
Where are you at? Not tied for number one.
One game behind you, and I'll be in the lead after this weekend.
Oh, well, we've got one of the same bets, so the best you can do is...
Oh, that's right. There's nothing worse than when I've studied and I've done my homework.
You put effort into it.
And Rob has the same pick. Like, it's just so demoralizing because I know the opposite's going to happen now.
Which pick are you guys sharing?
Well, you have to go to the
right.
podcast
We don't want to give it away for free.
to check it out.
Well,
Well,
which
floozies like you, we don't give it away for free, Casey.
No, you should say, which pick are you and Casey sharing?
That's true.
See, it may work out for you this time because I didn't make this pick. I am a generous, loving partner.
Lazy.
Radio.
You're
on-air
lazy.
partner.
You didn't want to do any work.
That's probably true.
If anybody knows what it's like to work with somebody lazy, it's me. And I'm telling you right now.
Expert level?
It's just expert level lazy on your behalf.
Are we getting more snow?
A little. It's not going to be like what it was the other night, but tonight, yeah, there's a chance for a little dusting.
It's not a squall. There'll be no squalling.
There might be
squall.
There might be a squall at one moment, but from what our pal Marcus Bailey has told us this morning, shouldn't be any more than like half inch maybe by the morning. So
I was listening to you guys the other day when you had Bailey on, and he's like, yeah, it'll start snowing about 5, and it was 4:20, and I was getting pelted with snow in Avon, and I wanted to just wave my hands and go, hey, look at Avon, it's already started.
How about now?
Talk about the metro area, baby. Metro area, he was pretty spot on here. By the time, we wrapped up our conversation with Marcus, you're right. 45 minutes later, give or take 15 minutes, we looked out the window here at Monument Circle, and boom, squall!
How did you guys in Marion County get that perfect dome of insulation from the snow on Saturday?
Even the snow is afraid to come to downtown Indianapolis now.
The snow wants to redistrict.
Like somebody shot the snow clouds, and then I'm pretty sure Ryan Mears and Russ McQuaid blamed it on constitutional carry. That's what happened.
Hey, what are you doing this afternoon?
This afternoon, Tony Kennett will join us, scheduled to be joined by comedian, radio legend, Stuttering John.
Stuttering John?
Yes. He's doing a comedy show in Indy, scheduled to join us. We'll see if that happens. And we're going to have a lot of fun.
Thanks, Hammer. You're listening to Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
So the truth is, women live longer than men, often by many years. This has big financial consequences for women. They run a greater risk of running out of money in retirement. That's why it's critical women have the right strategy to file for Social Security. You really have to have someone that knows what they're doing.
The biggest mistake isn't choosing the wrong age. It's not understanding how Social Security impacts their IRA and 401k withdrawals, their taxes, and even their Medicare premiums. Discover how you could get the most out of your benefits with a free Social Security analysis from Bill Demery, your retirement guy in Indy. So if you've saved more than $200,000 but have not yet filed for Social Security, schedule that free analysis right now at 317-648-5120. 317-648-5120 or visit yourretirementguy.com.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're planning to propose this holiday, we're ready to make creating your engagement ring a warm, welcoming experience. At Shane Company, we're all about your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Explore the widest selection of diamonds and ring settings ready for you to see in person, or visit us at shaneco.com. You'll have your ring in days, not weeks. Our friendly jewelry consultants don't work on commission. There's never any pressure, just perfect proposals. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, this is Spencer Thompson at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus. The year-end clearance sale is here, and before we turn 99 years old, we're slashing prices up to 50% off brands like Lazy Boy, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, even Tempur-Pedic floor samples. Rock bottom prices plus interest-free financing, cash discounts, and free delivery within 75 miles of Columbus. Hurry! The lowest prices of 2025 in Monday only at Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
WIBC cares, and if you or someone you care about needs food assistance, we have resources for you, including food distribution locations with an interactive map. Also, learn how you can make a difference for friends and neighbors in need, all at WIBC.com.
Here's the tale of the daily med fill. Same old pharmacy, same old bill, but those prices kept rising higher still.
Till the savings wrangler rode in, cool as can be. Tap Good RX, saving massively.
No plan? Don't matter none. Up to 80% off. The deals are done.
Discounts hitting harder than Ma's chili. Dang. That one little app does all the rest.
Save time and money on prescriptions.
Check Good RX. Good RX is not insurance.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. Their max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
The Attorney General's office wants to put your money back in your pocket. Visit indianaunclaimed.gov and search for yourself, your loved ones, or your business. It's fast, easy, and free.
See the diamonds at Pierce Jewelers. Diamond earrings, diamond pendants, diamond rings, and diamond bracelets. They shop the world to bring you the best. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
It's hard to keep track of all the health information that comes your way, but you still want to make the right decisions. Here's an easy one. Get tested for hepatitis C. It's a leading cause of liver cancer and often has no symptoms. People born from 1945 to 1965 are 5 times more likely to have hepatitis C. The good news is that now it can be cured. Talk with your doctor about getting a blood test for hepatitis C. Know for sure. A message from the CDC.
He'll soon be the newest member of Congress. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. In the morning after Matt Van Epps won a special election for a vacant House seat in Tennessee, the Republican just told Fox.
Tennesseans voted in this resounding win to reject socialism, to reject the far-left radical ideology, and to support common-sense conservatism.
Van Epps beat Democrat Afton Bain by 9 points in a district that President Trump carried by 22 last year. House Speaker Mike Johnson tells Fox he can't wait to swear Van Epps in.
We have a great record to run on in 26, and I am very bullish about the midterms. I'm convinced we're going to defy history and grow this majority.
Now, Democrats made affordability a big issue in that race and plan to for the 2026 elections as well, saying costs have gone up and the economy's worse. We just got news on a Democrat in Congress. President Trump has just pardoned Henry Cuellar, who was facing corruption charges. The president posted on Truth Social that Cuellar was a victim of the Biden administration's weaponization of the justice system, targeted, the president wrote, because Cuellar disagreed with Biden speaking out on open borders and a catastrophic Biden policy. The Trump post also called the radical left a complete and total threat to democracy. There is a new city getting a Trump illegal immigration and crime crackdown.
Agents with U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement are now in New Orleans for another operation aimed at finding migrants and taking them into custody for eventual removal from the country. This action is named Operation Catahoula Crunch, and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security says New Orleans was chosen to be the next city of focus due to its persistent so-called sanctuary policies.
That's Fox's Eben Brown. Hamas has turned over more remains to Israel, purported to be another dead hostage, the day after Israel determined that another body returned was not one of the last 2 dead hostages it's expecting returned as part of the ceasefire that ended the war in Gaza. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News, on the level, on the go.
They each have their own thoughts on redistricting. Cloudy skies, 24 in Indianapolis, just a high of 31 plan is normally $65 this report is brought to you by Moss Roofing. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's 11:02. The new proposed congressional maps from Indiana House Republicans, the center of the discussion Tuesday at the State House. State Representative Robin Shackelford is one of those against it.
This is more than political performance. This is a clear, strategic, manipulated, Hitler-type plan of control.
Representative Cherish Pryor added that the congressional maps were drawn to silence minority leaders, adding that they are racially gerrymandered. The maps were approved by the House Elections and Apportionment Committee and will now head to the full House for a vote expected later this week. A Shelbyville man is arrested, now facing 2 counts of felony molestation involving a 2-year-old girl. 27-year-old Johnny Knuckles was arrested last week. Police say when they arrived at a hospital then, they found that the young girl had bleeding and bruising on her body. She had to undergo surgery because of the injuries. If convicted on both counts, Knuckles could face up to 100 years in prison. Indiana Governor Mike Braun says he's starting what he calls the Family First Workplace Initiative. John Herrick reports on what that is.
He said it's a new family-focused program that allows eligible state employees to bring their babies to work during the first 6 months of life. It's a pilot program that starts immediately with agencies implementing the standardized procedures issued by the State Personnel Department. If it is successful, then Braun says the state may expand the Infants at Work initiative to additional agencies. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
In the latest college football playoff rankings, Ohio State and Indiana stay at 1 and 2 respectively. They play each other in the Big Ten championship game this weekend. Georgia and Texas Tech make up the top 4. They also have conference championship games on Saturday. Notre Dame fell to number 10 with Alabama taking the number 9 spot. And after getting picked to finish 11th in the Big Ten by the media in the preseason, the Indiana Hoosier volleyball team is headed to the NCAA tournament. They will play at home against Toledo on Thursday. Here's their head coach, Steve Aird.
Outkicked our coverage a little bit, and, late in the year, we're playing for third or fourth, and, just a spectacular effort and a consistent effort by a really special, wonderful group of young women.
This is just the second time in program history they've been able to host matches in the national tournament. I'm Jarrett Lewis on The Level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Fall in Indiana is prep season, the smart time to get your home ready before the temperatures drop and the snow gets here. Because here's the truth. Roof, siding, gutter, and window problems don't fix themselves. One missing shingle turns into a bad leak. Clogged gutters lead to ice dams. And drafty siding or bad insulation means sky-high heating bills all winter long. That's why you need Moss Roofing. Family-owned right here in Indiana for over 30 years, Moss Roofing gives you a free, no-obligation inspection. They'll spot problems now, before the cold settles in, so you're not scrambling in January. And here's a bonus. Thanks to new energy tax credits and Indiana Energy Saver rebates, you could save big on insulation and efficiency upgrades. That's money back in your pocket while protecting your home. So don't wait. Call Moss Roofing today at 317-747-3665. Tell them Tony Cat sent you. 317-747-3665. Moss Roofing, 747-3665, or online at mossroofing.com. Get your home winter ready this fall with people you can trust. mossroofing.com, every shingle time.
You're listening to Rob Kendall.
When we talk about sending money somewhere, we're talking about printing the money because we have no money.
And Casey Daniels.
My government would never lie to me, would they?
On 93 WIBC.
You ever wonder if lawmakers back in the day were as goofy as the ones that exist now?
How far back in the day are we going?
Okay, so I'm talking about, so Wish TV just had, and it's a serious story. I'm not trying to make light of the story. They had pictures of all the lawmakers who have been our news gathering partners at Wish TV, victims of these horrible swatting attempts, bomb threats, whatever. And I'm not, with this segment, I'm not trying to in any way try to make light of that. I hope they catch these people. I have no idea why nobody's been caught or apprehended. You'd assume all the law enforcement are on it. Hopefully, whoever has done this, or whoever's plural, will be brought to justice. So I'm not trying to make light of that. But they've got the pictures of all of these people, like their state photo.
Right.
And they look like people out of Mad Magazine. And I'm looking at these photos of these people, and they're all, it's worse when they're next to each other, right? It's like boom, 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 boom. And you're like, these are the people who, make the choices for humanity? If you saw this person at a Wendy's, you'd point at them and laugh, and yet they're one of the, in the case of the senators, the 50 most powerful people, in the state. And I'm thinking about that when I was in the State House, when I used to work in the State House, you would see these old-timey photos of the senators or the governors, and they looked so stoic, and they looked so serious.
Well, they weren't smiling in any pictures.
Dignified. Were they really, as soon as the photo was taken or they called cut or whatever, were they just as goofy and ridiculous as these people, but because of the way photography worked back then, you didn't know it? Or have we gotten worse?
No, I think they were just as goofy. You just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
News dissemination is so much quicker now.
I'm sorry, that Ron Alting photo, he looks like who he reminds me of his and this is his official portrait. Everybody's using it, he's in the suit and tie. He looks like George Santos.
Oh.
It's a smiling, wacky George Santos looking dude. And you're like, this is one of our senior members of Indiana government that is making decisions. The Bohachik photo, he looks like somebody startled him, even though it's clearly like an official government portrait. He looks startled.
He didn't know the picture was coming. Oh, wait, I wasn't ready. So Senator Alting, he was the target of a false bomb threat to his former address. And they've checked in on the family that's now at the home, and they're okay.
They got the address wrong.
Well, they used his old address.
Yeah, they were using an old address, yes.
And also, Senator Bohachik, he said on Friday that he received threats of a bomb placed at his house.
How did Bohachik not do his photo with the scotch in his hand?
Well, maybe he did, and you just don't see it. It's down below where the camera
And by the way,
frame was.
for anybody who wants to get mad at me about that dude drove with a blood alcohol content 3.5 times the legal limit and tried to act like he didn't do nothing. So you want to be mad about me about making that comment? Why don't you be mad at the guy that drove his automobile with a blood alcohol content 3.5 times the legal limit and tried to worm his way out of it? I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, as these threats are mounting, though, the Indiana State Police has been very quiet on the investigation.
Which
so hopefully they'll find out, where this is coming from.
I mean, they're not going to come out and be like give you a date. That we went through this with another investigation that we now know is taking place in the lieutenant governor's office, where people were like, "Well, we haven't heard anything for a while. What's going on today? Must be all." And then all of a sudden, stuff came out about the grand jury. Ryan Mears not going to come out every day and go, "Well, here's what we looked into today, and here's what." It doesn't mean nothing's going on. And so I think for the people who are like, demanding, "Hey, why is anyone doing anything?" I'm sure someone is doing something.
Sure, they're just not talking about it.
Right, they're not going to say, "Hey, we interviewed Joe at such and such an address, and we didn't get anything out of that, so we're on to the next guy." Like that's not how it's going to work. But like, you obviously you were management. You've had a professional portrait done.
Yeah, headshots.
You probably when they got done, they showed it to you, and they're like, "Cool. Like this is what we're going to work off of."
Well, I'm sure I was a little pickier than these senators, but
that's my
they
point.
take multiple, and you get to pick your favorite.
Alting saw his photo
And
in
said,
which
"That's the one."
He looks like a spoofed George Santos character and was like, "That's my picture, baby. Sign me up for that."
Now I have to look it up and see what you're talking about.
I mean, it's the one they're using in all these stories about him. And I don't know. I just saw that. I thought, you used to see those old-timey photos and think, man, these people look so serious, so stoic, like, they're the most dignified, respected
He's
amongst
smiling.
us. Yeah, like a cartoon character.
Okay.
You're uncomfortably laughing, which means you know exactly what I'm saying.
At least he looks happy.
Yeah, I would be too if I was getting paid what those guys did for 2 months worth of work. I'd be happy too.
Can we talk about what's going on with Representative Craig Haggard and his plan to run against Baird in the 4th District?
Okay, so Craig Haggard, by the way, Craig Haggard is the guy whose wife was allegedly the victim of the AI porn that was viewed in the lieutenant governor's office. Now, he was real angry about that when it happened, or is alleged to have happened, and then he got real quiet about it ever since he started running for Congress. In fact, he even posed for a photo with Micah not too long ago. Now, if someone's office were alleged to have viewed AI porn of my wife, I certainly wouldn't be posing for a picture with that person, but that's his life. He can do as he sees fit. He's running for Congress. He came on our show, said he was very against redrawing the maps, said how great the maps were, and everything was fine. And then Charlie Kirk's threatened him when Charlie Kirk was still with us. And then he suddenly quickly changed his tune and became all for redistricting. And as a part of the map that has been revealed,
new map.
right, that has been revealed, he lives in Mooresville.
Yeah, it would
Morgan
move
County.
It would move Morgan County from the 4th District to the 9th District.
Right. Now, he was set to run against Jim Baird, who, if you want to look up "do nothing waste of space" in the dictionary, there would be a giant picture of current incumbent Congressman Jim Baird. Jim Baird is the master of the Frank mail, by the way. And I threw the card away because I'd been meaning to get to it.
Did you get another one?
Oh, and it is a campaign ad paid for us by the taxpayers. This guy is disgusting. He has found a way, I mean, they all do it, but some of them are much more abusive of it than others, in which this mailer that I got, which it says, paid for using official funds, looks exactly like a campaign ad, except because of the way they legally word it, and it says nothing. It's a complete waste of taxpayer money. This is why we're $38 trillion
Is there a
in debt.
big green check on it?
Oh,
somewhere?
yeah, what a great job he's doing. Thank him for you even being allowed to breathe air. You know the whole thing, right? So Haggard was going to be, or is, I guess, still going to be running against Jim Baird, but where he lives was conveniently drawn out of that district. Now, I said, look, what a giveaway to Haggard for conveniently switching his vote, because he was going to get smoked by Jim Baird, because Baird's curried so much favor using taxpayer dollars that Haggard wasn't going to stand a chance. And I said, man, under this map, I think you get drawn into Erin Houchin's district. Well, she's totally worthless, and as big as that district is now, because they're rigging it for political purposes, as they've admitted, it just goes straight down. Like you're looking at it right now. This district just goes like straight down. It touches up to Marion County and goes straight down. If I were Haggard, I'd consider this a gift from above and say thank you and go just smoke Erin Houchin down in the 9th. Well, now he's come out and said, screw it, I'm going to run in a district I don't even live in.
Yeah, he said that he's still connected to the 4th District, and it isn't carpet bagging. He's, he knows the area, and so he's going to continue on with his original plan. He still supports the new map.
Well, of course
he does. Still going to campaign in the 4th District.
So here's the way it works in the Congress. You don't have to live in the district to run in the district.
Right, you have to live in the state.
But you have to live in the district to represent the district. So if he were to win, he would then have to quickly move into that district in order to represent it.
Are you sure that they have to live in the district?
Yes, I think you have to live in the district in order to, in the Senate, you have to live in the state, which is what Evan Bayh ran into, is does he actually live here? You Google it, and if it's wrong, I'll say I'm wrong, but that was the rule. Google it. I'll filibuster. No, we'll take a break. The big intrigue, when we come back, will Casey be able to point at Rob and go, you're an idiot and you're wrong, or will I go,
well,
quiet,
I know they're going to
woman?
live in the state. I don't know if they necessarily have to live in the district.
Look, if I'm wrong, I'll gladly eat it and say, hey, I was wrong. And for the first time in
U.S. House rules.
9 years.
Oh, this could be a big moment.
Yeah, it could be a huge moment. And in all seriousness.
Watch, I won't be able to find it.
Well, I mean, just Google it. It's all in the AI now. We're paying for all this AI. We might as well, all these data centers, we might as well put it to work. Take a break. Don't tell anybody.
Okay.
Take a break. And we'll see if I'm wrong when we come back.
It's Kendall Casey on 93 WIBC.
Put on a red tie, take a picture on the red carpet, then settle in for a night where politics actually makes sense. And the punchlines are intentional.
This year wasn't just unpredictable. It needed subtitles.
Be part of an evening with smart conversation, outstanding bourbon, and that signature Tony Katz blend of insight and entertainment. This is a night that will make your friends jealous if they don't join you. Tony Katz presents Trump 1 year later, January 24th. Get your tickets at WIBC.com.
It's cold out there, and if you spent all last winter thinking that it was time to replace your windows, but you didn't want to spend the money or have your windows done in the middle of winter, it's good you waited, because right now during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, get 50% off, plus you could get 0% interest for 5 years. Not only could you get affordable custom windows, but shorter wait times mean you'll get them fast. And Window Nation will install them in 1 day while keeping your house warm and dry.
And once they're installed, your new windows instantly stop those bitter, freezing drafts that come into your house. They're backed with a lifetime warranty, and you're going to save money on your monthly utility bills. It's no wonder Window Nation has over 45,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Ask about the big Window Nation end of the year sale. Your chance to save 50% off all style of windows plus 0% financing for 5 years. Visit windownation.com.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. If you're living with a chronic condition like diabetes, chronic heart failure, or a cardiovascular disorder, you might count on extra support with your health care too. That's why United Healthcare offers chronic special needs plans with extra benefits and a large provider network to choose from. Visit uhc.com/Medicare to find out if you qualify today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage Indiana can count on. Provider network may vary in local market.
An official message from Medicare.
Medicare plans change from 1 year to the next. And this year, it's important for you to review your current coverage and compare all your options during Medicare open enrollment. Compare health plans, drug coverage, and costs. See if you can save some money, and don't forget to make sure your drugs are covered. Open enrollment ends December 7th. Visit Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel.
Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Football is back, and so are great hairlines. We Grow Hair Indy has helped former local professional football players get back in the game with full natural hair. You don't have to play pro ball to get pro-level results. Hey, it's Rob, and I knew I picked the right team when I needed a Hail Mary for my hair. I called We Grow Hair Indy. Whether you're tailgating, coaching, or watching from the couch, do it with confidence. Trade the sidelines for a hairline. Get back in the game at We Grow Hair Indy. Schedule your free evaluation today at WeGrowHairIndy.com. That's WeGrowHairIndy.com or call 317-522-2995. That's 317-522-2995. Enjoy being out and about this fall. Enjoy watching the games in person with your friends with confidence you haven't had in years. And you can do it with a trip to We Grow Hair Indy. 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Tell them Rob sent you.
She's too special for just an average gift. See Pierce Jewelers for the breathtaking sparkle in their rare, one-of-a-kind, fancy colored diamond collection. Shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Okay, before we get to this, you made a shocking revelation during the break, which explains why you've been so grumpy the past several months.
I have not been grumpy. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
You're an ass and you're wrong. But I've not been grumpy. You have, you just drink water all day, basically.
Oh, you're talking about that? Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think I'd be talking about? We just had this conversation.
I
Also, you're very distracted anymore. You don't pay attention to anything anymore.
I've learned from the best.
Well, look, mine is just out of disdain for my fellow humans. Yours is you have altered there is a chemical imbalance in your body because you have cut out all soda.
Yeah, pretty much.
Why?
On the rare occasion, I used to love Coke.
Yeah, you were a much nicer person. This explains everything.
Still just as nice and lovely.
Yeah.
Haven't you noticed how better my skin looks, by the way?
I just can't.
Yeah, no. So I cut out and I don't drink alcohol. Rarely.
Oh, so if we
rarely.
go to the bar, I don't have to listen to you spend 90 minutes debating with the waiter about the wine.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, I just go from coffee to water pretty much.
The whole day.
The whole day.
Well, was there did you I got to start making better health choices?
Yeah.
At 64, it's time for me to focus on myself.
Stop it. Yes, all of those things. So you know those little Propel packets?
Yeah.
They're full of electrolytes.
Sure.
I just dump that in my water.
Do you do the ones with sugar or with the ones without? Because you can get the sugar-free, which are horrifically tasting. Taste horrific.
Well, yeah, I do both.
Yeah.
Just depending on, what they have at the grocery store. Watermelon's my favorite flavor.
Yeah, okay. Well, that explains a lot. So thanks for getting that out there. It also explains why you have that water bottle there or water container that you've been
hydrating.
I didn't know what you were putting in there.
What did you think was in there? Vodka?
Well, as he says in the wedding singer.
Should be.
You sure there's no rum in that Coca-Cola?
Just a little?
Okay,
just a smidge?
So you were correct.
Oh, right. Let's get back to that. Can we?
So I've been incorrect on this, I guess, since the dawn of my existence. That you do just have to live in I thought you had to live in the district. I thought you could run in a district you didn't live in, but then had to live in the district. However, multiple sources that we've looked up said you only have to live in this, which that is the most government thing ever.
Members of the House of Representatives in Indiana do not have to live in the congressional district they represent. Kevin, maestro, please, with the song. I've got to celebrate for just a moment because...
We already did. We already played the music. He has no idea what you're talking about because we already played the music when we came in.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, you could live in Evansville, and if you were a uber rich person, such as yourself, like you could live in Evansville and just buy a seat in Fort Wayne and represent Fort Wayne.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to live in the district, which is
That's heinous.
Well,
how would you
That's why Craig Haggard is saying that he's still going to run in the 4th district.
So
even though if these new maps get approved, he technically won't live there.
So how high up? How high can you tell to the, because that district still goes to the northwest. He lives in Mooresville, which is Morgan County. How far up does that district go now?
Well, I don't have the map in front of me right now.
Well, boy, you've really just let us down this entire segment.
I've let you down. I was the one who was correct on this.
Well, you were correct on that. That's right. So that's interesting. Well, good luck with that because he's going to get smoked by Baird. But
you think so?
I don't know why he wouldn't run it. He'd have a way better chance against Erin Houchin. She's all the way down the southern tip of the state. There's a whole bunch of areas she doesn't know anything about in there, or. That is amazing to me that he is going to choose to do that when he's got a much better chance.
All right. Now, what was your question about the map? I've got
how
it now.
far the district Haggard's trying to represent, which is the 4th, which is mine, how far to the northwest does it go? How high up?
Oh, it goes to Newton and Jasper, just below Lake and Porter counties.
He would live in Mooresville and represent. Anyway, all right. Let's take a break. I heard an interesting analogy about politics the other day that explains a lot to me about why people are so tribalized when it comes to
Donald Trump.
Well, I'm saying on both sides of the aisle. Trump obviously is the president right now, so we deal with this a lot. But why people are the way they are, and I thought this was very eye-opening to me about some people you just can't talk common sense into.
Okay, you're listening to Kendall Casey. It is 93 WIBC.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-0929. That's 317-660-0929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Wells Financial at 317-660-0929. That's 660-0929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Indy, stop using the fall to paint year after year. Do what Lynn did. She called Rhino Shield.
It is a single-wide manufactured home. We moved from our home, which we had the Rhino Shield on. Rhino Shield was what we were going to do. That was no question. We knew we were going to do it.
Rhino Shield's a ceramic coating. It's not paint, it's better.
The Rhino Shield representative came, and we discussed what we wanted done. And this time, we had the roof done as well.
Now, you can have the 25-year guaranteed protection of Rhino Shield for 15% off the regular price.
Even the people that have been a little younger than us have said they don't have to worry about getting just an everyday painter because Rhino Shield has the 25-year warranty, and we truly believe in this product.
Here's Rhino Shield's Shane Smith.
This offer is limited, so call me at 888-RHINO-41. That's 888-RHINO-41.
Don't paint.
Don't vinyl.
Go Rhino.
Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
Butler Ballet presents their holiday tradition of Tchaikovsky's The Nutcracker, accompanied by the Butler Symphony Orchestra and Indianapolis Children's Choir. Join Butler Ballet and revel in the magic and spectacle of live ballet, spectacular dancing, beautiful costumes, glorious scenery, and pyrotechnics. Flash! Catch this holiday classic December 4th through the 7th at historic Clues Memorial Hall. Tickets and more information at butlerartscenter.org.
As an IT professional, you have the opportunity to guarantee your data security, participate in 100% landfill-free disposal, and have peace of mind with R2 V3 certifications. Technology Recyclers provides guaranteed complete data destruction, 100% landfill-free disposal, and the certification to back it up. Protect your data while saving the planet. Receive a free pickup of your e-waste from Technology Recyclers. Visit tech-recyclers.com. That's tech-recyclers.com.
With Steel, batteries are included. This holiday season, give a gift that's ready to go right out of the box. For everything from cleaning up the yard to cutting up firewood, Steel tools check off the wish list and knock out the to-do list. And right now, buy select battery tool sets and get a free extra battery. Visit SteelUSA.com for holiday deals and gift ideas. Happy holidays from Steel. Offer valid for a limited time only at participating dealers while supplies last.
If Ernest Hemingway was alive today, would he say this to you?
Shakespeare, Mark Twain, Edgar Allan Poe, all great writers. And after reading your book, I simply must add you to the list.
Wait, you don't have a book yet, so make a free call to Page Publishing. Turn your book idea into publishing gold.
800-215-6818.
2 minute
800-215-6818. That's 800-215-6818.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5 and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
Greetings from R&R Agency, your Indiana Health Insurance pros, and a sincere thank you to our loyal customers for helping us to another record year. We recently saved a 62-year-old retiring couple over $800 monthly when compared to their COBRA offerings. We recently saved a family of 4 over $400 monthly when compared to their $7,500 deductible program on the ACA, and you know that's still Obamacare. We recently saved a small 4-man manufacturing company over $1,000 monthly and gave them better coverage. We feature coverages guaranteed to age 65, low out-of-pocket expenses, the largest networks in the country, and you can sign up anytime. If you are retiring early, self-employed, or need coverage for your small group, call us at 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. If you don't call us, we can't help you. What do you got to lose? Call us 317-563-0868 or go to rragency.org. As always, God bless America, common sense government, and peace too strict.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Now they're reviewing the new maps. I'm Jarrett Lewis. It's 11:30. This report is brought to you by Window Nation. House Republicans introducing their redrawn maps while at the State House this week. The proposed changes would split up Marion County into 4 different sections. Republican State Rep Ben Smaltz.
Creating a political advantage for Republicans in the coming congressional election.
The full House could vote on it later this week after it passed out of the House Elections and Apportionment Committee Tuesday. A man with hundreds of thousands of followers online for his gym content is charged with 6 counts of felony child seduction in Indianapolis. 44-year-old Brian Devine was arrested the day before Thanksgiving after a 16-year-old girl went to police and told them about their sexual relationship. A Shelbyville man is facing up to 100 years in prison after being charged with 2 counts of child molestation with a 2-year-old. And the cold weather continues this week. There's a chance of light snow showers tonight, too, with a low around 17. I'm Jarrett Lewis on the level, on the go, and on WIBC.com.
Picture this. Your career ends, your paycheck stops. Suddenly you're conducting your retirement with no sheet music. Don't let that happen. I'm Jason Hutchins, and after years of guiding Hoosier families through retirement planning, I put together some of the most important lessons into one simple, easy-to-read book, Orchestrate Your Retirement, a guide to composing a financially tuned plan. Get a copy mailed to you at no cost. Call 317-660-929. That's 317-660-929. This book is packed with real-world stories and strategies on income, Social Security, taxes, and how to protect what you've worked so hard to build. Call Guardian Willis Financial at 317-660-929. That's 660-929 and ask for your copy. No pressure, no strings attached. Supplies are limited, so when they're gone, they're gone. Orchestrate your retirement. The rhythm of your future starts here.
Investment advisory services offered through Creative One Wealth LLC, a registered investment advisor. Guardian Wealth Financial is not affiliated with Creative One Wealth or with any government agency. Licensed insurance professionals.
Hey, ladies, are you interested in self-protection but don't know where to begin, or maybe you're too nervous to enter the gun store alone? Well, let me introduce you to Premier Arms. They're more than just a gun store. Premier Arms is a supportive community dedicated to empowering women. They have a friendly, educated staff, and they'll provide personalized guidance, ensuring you feel confident in your firearm choice. It's Casey Daniels letting you know Premier Arms is where female gun owners are supported. Call them today, 317-858-3030.
It's B Windows' biggest sale of the year. Get up to 68% off plus no interest, no payments for 24 months. Call now or go to bwindow.com.
Trust me.
Do you need furnace or heat pump service and need to find a local, well-trained expert you can trust like Family Heating and Air Conditioning? We'll find that American Standard Air dealer at IndyHomeComfort.com.
That can't be real.
You don't think so?
I mean, I do think so, but how is that even possible? I feel like we've entered that level of skepticism I have with this, but it's Todd Young, so I think he could be that stupid to have pulled this off.
So you just don't know. It's hard to tell. It does look like him, though. It really does.
Well, no. I just, is the whole, okay.
We need to explain.
Okay, we have to explain this. So our old pal, look, we have long said this, Indy Reporter on Twitter, at Indy_reporter_, is a national treasure who should be protected at all costs. If you are not following him, you totally should. Somehow, I don't know what he does for a living. I don't know his backstory. I don't know who these people are. There's numerous of them, but they just all day are capable of sitting around finding interesting tidbits on Indiana politics and government. And so if you, even for just the entertainment value, I'm not saying you have to believe or agree with everything they do. I don't, but they're wildly entertaining at Indy_reporter_. He has put this picture out of Todd Young meeting with what is described as the Harrison County Economic Development Corporation. And it is them, like you always see these senators go to these places, get the photo op, I listen to you, hear about your projects, how can I help you, whatever. And then there's a group photo of these people, and it's clearly Spendingberg, right? I mean, that's Todd Young with his goofy beard, and they're standing in front of a photo,
a big picture on the wall
of a person who looks exactly like Fidel Castro.
It does. And he's got his arm in the air.
He's doing the Castro stuff.
Right.
Right?
He's wearing a military hat.
So Steven, Indy Reporter, puts this out with the description of the photo.
Says, okay, wait. Is that Fidel Castro in the background? This was from the Harrison County Economic Development Corporation's Facebook page.
And then he claims that the photo, now it's down. Like if you go to their Facebook page, that group's Facebook page.
They took it down.
It doesn't exist anymore.
The picture of Todd Young with the group in front of the possible picture of Fidel Castro is gone.
So if it were some famous county, official, wouldn't they be like, yeah, no, that he just had the misfortune of looking like Castro. It's Larry.
Right.
Larry's one of our founding fathers, right?
Right.
I mean, wouldn't you? Why would the photo be taken down? Now I messaged him, and he said
you messaged Indy Reporter
to say, hey, can you provide an update on this? Because it is very weird, right? Like here's the photo, now it's gone. If it were indeed some, Joe, a famous fireman, or some guy who saved several kittens out of a burning building or whatever. He thinks the photo was from potentially the Harrison County Government Center, but he said he's still working to prove that. But that is
why does the Harrison County Government Center have a picture of Fidel Castro?
Well, I don't know if it does. I mean, somewhere
there's no way.
Wait. That's what I'm saying. Like at some point, I mean, somebody's going to ask Spendingberg about this, the Duke of Spendingberg, Todd Young.
A lot of people have tagged him already in this post.
Wouldn't he be like, you people are idiots? No, the photo was of former Governor Frank O'Bannon. I'm just pulling somebody's name out, right? And that's clearly been altered. But that has not happened to my knowledge. So if this did indeed happen, first of all, how does a picture of Fidel Castro get anywhere?
In a government building.
Even if it's not the government center, in any building in this country where an economic development group would be hanging out. Why would they be somewhere with a picture of Fidel Castro?
Mm-hmm.
Who's hanging the pictures of Fidel Castro? Then the second part of it is, are we led to believe that now we know what a dope Todd Young actually is, but even as big a dope and the trillions upon trillions he's added to our nation's debt, even he can't have been that stupid to be in front of a picture of Fidel Castro and go, I ain't doing that.
Well, and then there's the person who took the picture, who lined up this group.
And all these people
and
didn't
said,
know.
yes, stand here.
I have retweeted.
Okay, everybody smile, say cheese.
I have retweeted this picture at Rob M. Kendall on Twitter from the Indie Reporter account if people want to see this, to judge for yourself. But there's I've not seen any public dispute from Todd Young of you guys are ridiculous. This is AI. It's Photoshop. This never, because he met with these people. Like there is a photo of them meeting with him, but this photo now has disappeared.
Right. So the Harrison County Economic Development Corporation took that picture off of their Facebook page. Somebody,
according to Indie Reporter, yes, because he didn't alter the image.
No, that's just Tom. That's just
Tom with the great misfortune of looking
nice
exactly like Fidel Castro.
Artistic picture of Tom. And it was just where they decided to line up for the group photo. There's no way that's Fidel Castro.
If this comes out, it is real, Casey.
Our senator would have better sense than that. Come on.
If this is found out to be true, I'm going to quickly nominate, because we have our Dumbass of the Day award.
Right. We haven't given it out in a few days.
And my instinct was initially to give him the Dumbass of the Day award if indeed this is true. But that's not good enough. If this photo is found to be true, that Todd Young posed for a photo in front of Fidel Castro, a photo of Fidel Castro, he will be immediately nominated for the first ever Dumbass Hall of Fame. I can't have gotten that lucky that Todd Young was that stupid. There has to be some logical explanation as to why this took place, and that they're kind of going to come out and go, that was a heck of a photo op there, that or Photoshop or whatever it's called, and let's all have a good laugh and go about our merry way. But the fact that there is no...
That is such an Indie Reporter thing to realize, too, because... the group of people that run that X account, they're always looking at the details and things in the background as well.
Yeah. If you would like to see it for yourself, at Rob M. Kendall on Twitter, you can go tell me what you think. I mean, they're operating that it's real. They've done some research on it, apparently. I just got a message from them. And they're operating that it's real. And they have some opinions I don't have. They have some views I don't share. I find that account fascinating because of stuff like that. That's what they find. And if that is real, that should be the biggest story in state government for the foreseeable future, that a U.S. senator did not recognize that he was posing for a picture.
Well, you know how that happened. They had their little meeting. They had their meet and greet. And at the end, somebody said, okay, we want a big group photo. Okay, everybody come over here. And Senator Young just followed along. Okay, is this where you want me to stand? Okay, smile, picture. And then he moved on.
He has an army of people. Not one of them looked up and was like, nah, we ain't going there, buddy.
Apparently not.
I mean, you're supposed to have people that go ahead on these things. He's a U.S. senator, for crying out loud. He's got an army of staff. And not one of them was like, hey, you got to, like.
How about not here?
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't even have a U.S. senator walking. They have the field people that are supposed to be the whatever that go in these places and, make sure that there's a reliable phone service and whatever in case of emergency and all these sorts of things. You're supposed to sweep for anything that could embarrass the guy. Like, that's literally their...
like a huge painting of Fidel Castro.
Yeah, you would, if you went in there and saw that, you would say either that's going down or we're not coming in here. Because you wouldn't even want him walking within a mile of that picture. And he didn't see it.
I'm waiting.
If that's true.
I'm waiting for a reasonable explanation that's not Fidel Castro.
Reasonable, like the guy's added like $17 trillion to the nation's debt since he's been a U.S. senator.
He is pushing right now for Indiana to become a national drone test site.
The guy who allegedly posed in front of the photo of Fidel Castro.
Allegedly. We'll find out. Somebody knows who that is a painting of. Somebody, somewhere.
That's Fidel. There's no way that's not Fidel Castro. I'm wondering if it was Photoshop.
No.
That's clearly Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
Who else would it be?
Guy who looks like that's Tom. I told you. That's Tom. He's from the area. He's a famous guy.
I love one of the comments was, "No, that's Justin Trudeau's daddy."
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's get. All right, enough of that. I saw that.
You have to tell me about your conversation.
I'm going to save that for tomorrow
Are
because that's going to be I had an interesting conversation with a very connected political person last night, and I have these conversations often. I talk to a lot of people who would be tarred and feathered if they ever came out that they were publicly engaging. This is how I get all this information, right? And I had this conversation who's very respected, connected into the political orbit of Indiana, and we were talking about why people it's tribalism. I mean, that's what it is, right? Just go to their corners now, and they're incapable of hearing even the most indisputable facts about their person if they perceive them to be a slight or negativity. And you and I deal with this all the time, where when we're applying the same standard to Biden for the last 4 years, oh, you guys are awesome, we love you. And then when we say, well, yeah, but now this guy's in here doing it, and so we would be complete hypocrites if we didn't call him out. You're horrible. I'm not listening anymore. Of course, then they're in the YouTube chat the next day. But I thought, I struggle with this as a broadcaster who, look, the show we do is different from anybody else. Our worldview is different than anybody else, not just here in this building, but the talk radio industry, right? Like, we are a unicorn. And I struggle with, how do you convince these people, hey, you have to apply the same standard to everyone because they all have the ability to affect your life in a negative fashion. And the things that the guys are doing now, if it's affecting you negatively or a country in a negative fashion, we should be able to have this conversation and talk about it so that we can try to rectify the behavior from our politicians. But you just can't do that with a lot of people.
No, because people like the cheerleading and they want to feel like they're rooting for a winner.
Yeah, and so I had a long conversation with somebody about just this topic. And so tomorrow we're going to go into it because this person gave me, and it is a Hoosier analogy. And when he said it, there's very rare I hear anything in politics anymore where I'm like, oh my gosh, I never thought of that. That is so brilliant. And I was blown away, and I wanted to get to it today, but we just, we're going to get to this segment. But
you got sidetracked by this possible alleged photo of
How are we
Fidel
not going to talk
Castro.
about that?
We have to.
Oh, we had to.
Yeah.
Casey and I had a long debate about it, and I said, Indie Reporter is usually pretty good.
We don't know if it's Fidel Castro or not.
Yeah, we want to know.
Somebody will find out.
But why would you take it down if it weren't Fidel Castro? If it were like, hey, that's Harold, and he was a beloved maintenance man, and he just had the huge misfortune of looking like Fidel Castro. But he fixed so many cars for the county, we felt we had to. And why would he be in that pose?
Right, with his arm up in the air and the military hat on.
Kev, have you seen this?
I've not.
Okay, we're going to go to a break. I'm going to show you this photo, and I want you to tell me when we go to this break whether you think this is Fidel Castro or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at identifying Fidel Castro.
Well, you've been all over the world, right?
True.
I mean, you've never been to Cuba, though.
No.
No, but you've been places that are as bad as Cuba.
I've met Cubans.
All right, what are we doing when we come back?
We've got Abdul who's going to join us.
That's right. So Abdul obviously has his ear to the ground on what's going on at the State House. The big question isn't what the House is going to do with redistricting, but what is the Senate going to do with redistricting?
Right, because they're going to take up this issue starting next week.
Yeah. All right, so we'll take a break. We'll get the latest rumor, gossip, and innuendo with Abdul when we come back.
It's Kendall and Casey on 93 WIBC.
Hammer and Nigel show back at it this afternoon, and buy your tickets for our Red, White, and Bowl event at WIBC.com. It's presented by Jack Daniels.
Breathe in the wonder and joy of Christmas, where the extraordinary often shines through the ordinary moments, through kindness, care and compassion. At Franciscan Health, we provide care rooted in faith, love, and dignity, and believe life is a gift and every moment is extraordinary. So take a breath and give thanks as we celebrate the birth of our Savior, Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas. Franciscan Health. Love your extraordinary life.
If you or someone you know needs help putting food on the table, that help is closer than you think. WIBC Cares. We've partnered with local food banks and organizations to provide resources for those who need them. Just go to WIBC.com and look for the banner that says Find Free Food Near You. You'll find a link to Community Compass, an up-to-date interactive map that shows locations, days, and times for you to collect food at no cost, as well as other resources to help you through this challenging time. Find community help now at WIBC.com.
By the time this ad ends, Washington will have burned through millions of your dollars. That's not how we do things in Indiana. I'm Congressman Jefferson Shreve, bringing Hoosier common sense to Washington. I passed legislation to cut waste, save taxpayers millions, and deliver real tax relief for workers and families. Less waste, more money in your pocket.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Here's a tale of Becky. Didn't know what to do with new meds prescribed and no real cost clue.
She squinted at prices, that can't be right. Then tapped GoodRx and saw the light.
She can get a deal. Book telehealth if she feels.
Learn about those meds without any stress. That one little app does all the rest. Even my horse downloaded it. Dang, save time and money on prescriptions.
Check GoodRx. GoodRx is not insurance.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
You've worked hard to save for retirement. Is your financial advisor working just as hard? Find out with Greg Ayler, Sunday mornings at 7 on WIBC.
Casey and the Sunshine Band, live at Old National Center, January 23rd at 7:30 p.m. It's the ultimate throwback party. Get your tickets today at WIBC.com.
Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who wants them to fail most of all? This guy. Hey, how about that for an intro?
I'm impressed, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Every week when we do your segment, I think, how can I get him to chuckle? It's the Kendall Casey Show. I'm Rob Casey. Here, Abdul Kim Shabazz, owner and operator of IndyPolitics.org, joins us now. Okay, you've been down at the State House covering the big hearings, the rallies, everything on redistricting, and we talked about this on State House happenings. It is just, I think one of the things that makes me most upset is you have this monumental issue, and they give people less than 1 day's notice that they're going to have a hearing on it where people can come say their piece. They don't want people participating, and that angers a lot of people. At least lie to us and fake it and act like you care.
And it was on the day when we had one of the worst ice storm, snowstorms, so people couldn't travel, from parts unknown to get down to the State House. But there were about 100 people who testified. I sat there for almost all 5 hours of it. Yay! I do this so you don't have to. And out of those 100-something odd people, I say maybe less than 5 or 6, testified in favor of it, and 5 or 6 is being generous. And the one guy who testified, was the first guy to testify, was the guy from the Heritage Foundation who kind of helped do the maps in the first place.
So this is the thing I keep coming back to. Where are all of these people who are supposedly for it? They don't show up in polling. They don't show up in town halls. They didn't show up at that rally they had. They didn't show up to testify. I keep hearing, we're hearing all these people that are for it. Where are they? When do they manifest themselves?
They're outside of Indiana. That's why they don't show up.
Well, that's the point, right? I mean, you don't. And look, there were some real squirrels yesterday that got up and testified against this, and sometimes these people do a lot more harm than good. It's
like the guy with the eye patch.
Can't we just get some normal people to say this is wrong and unfair or whatever? I mean,
normal people working during the day.
Well, the one guy I'm running for, all of that stuff, right? But all of that aside, the Yes Group for 6 months now has not been able to produce. I mean, look, we sent a bunch of people for property taxes. We sent tens of thousands of emails and phone calls, and we had a rally, and 1,000 people showed up. So they do whatever they want to do. We proved people, want the property tax thing changed. We have not seen these people who are supposed to be so for redistricting.
Exactly. And here's the other part. At least with property taxes, you guys had a presence. You showed up. And the property tax situation is going to be a process to get fixed and corrected and adjusted. For the people who are saying we want these new maps, we want them now. Like, okay, where are you? Where are your maps? Where's the data to show that they had some major population change or shift? Because you can't just draw lines on a map. Because like I've told people, it's a lot more to than just drawing lines. And Casey Bell, who's the Marion County clerk, said it best. Like, look, if you guys do this, we have to adjust our schedules. Because we have to get precincts out, we got to get polling workers out, and we got to do maps, do data. We have a lot of statutory obligations that we have to meet.
And here's the thing that I was thinking about that, because I saw her testify yesterday. Maybe you tweeted it out, I think. And I said, it's a great point, because all of these supposed election integrity people, look, they're going to get a bunch of stuff wrong if they do these maps. And then these will be the first people who will be screaming about the election's rigged or stolen or manufactured or whatever when these clerks start getting this stuff wrong. Not anybody's fault. It's because you've made it so convoluted in such a short amount of time. There's naturally going to be huge mistakes. People won't get ballots or the right ballots or the poll workers will be screwed up or whatever. And then these same people will be screaming about rigged elections when they've screwed up the system that was working pretty well.
And by the way, it also goes through nominating conventions.
Yeah. You're right. So the big intrigue now, I think everybody knows the House is going to do it, is the Senate. I've heard from multiple people. We talked with Kayla Dwyer yesterday from Indy Star. We see people like Adam Wren put this out from Politico, that they don't think there are the votes in the Senate. You were on the ground yesterday. You've been around these people. Where do you think the Senate's at?
Not on redistricting, because the votes aren't there. If you break the Senate caucus in half, 20 sort of kind of in favor, not really in favor of redistricting, 20 definitely opposed. Okay, then the Democrats come into play, and there are 10 Democrats. 10 Democrats are not going to vote for this stuff. So right now, you got 30-20.
So they got to flip basically 5 people.
Yeah, you got to flip five.
Because if you haven't said yes, you're probably no right now.
Exactly. And here's the other part too. Some people are yes only because they know it's not going to pass.
Oh, they wouldn't if they. Oh yeah. Let the other guy take the. And I don't mean to be
which is why I would not be surprised if. And Jim, when we spoke to Jim, we're back. He verified this. The votes taken. As soon as that 25th vote's on the floor, watch a whole bunch of no votes pop up.
Yeah. So you are saying that you think there is a chance. It's like I know we got into this with Merritt earlier, but you think there is a world where Rod Bray just said, "Okay, Mr. Governor, I've done everything I can to protect you from yourself, and you have been such a thorn in my side. Well, I've tried to do nothing but help you. Fine, I will allow you to fail in front of the nation."
Yep. Okay, fine. If this is really what you want to do, okay, knock yourself out. It's like when you're a teenager, ask your mom and dad, I want to do something. And your mom like, son, don't do this. It's bad. The only way you're going to find out is if you do it yourself.
All right, very good. I can't think of a more uplifting way to go home today, Abdul. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, Casey, as always. Kevin, the same. And most importantly, thank you to you. Without you, there is no us. Stick around. Tony Katz coming up next. Kendall Casey Show, 93 WIBC.
It started off as a drip, so Washington ignored the problem for decades. Then suddenly the pipe burst, and illegal immigrants poured into our country across our southern border. But no more. Thanks to President Donald Trump and Congressman Jim Baird, the pipe has been fixed for good. In Congress, Baird worked to pass legislation that, according to the House Homeland Security Committee Majority Office, provides funding for the removal of millions of criminal illegal aliens across the country, allows for the completion of President Trump's border wall, authorizes the hiring of thousands of new ICE personnel, Customs and Border Protection officers, and Border Patrol agents, and stops the flow of deadly fentanyl into Indiana. To learn more about how President Trump and Congressman Jim Baird are solving America's immigration crisis and keeping our communities safe, call Congressman Baird's office at 317-563-5567 or visit baird.house.gov.
Paid for by official funds authorized by the House of Representatives. Anticipation of the Christmas season offers the celebration of joy, hope, and redemption as we celebrate the birth of Jesus. But maybe you don't feel joyful. You've lost hope, and redemption of your situation seems impossible. Grief isn't limited to the loss of a loved one through death. Many life circumstances can initiate grief and inhibit our ability to embrace meaningful moments. But you don't have to grieve without hope. Join us at Life Church for our Blue Christmas services, designed to give you space for your grief. Go to lifechurchin.com for more information.
You ready to build your custom dream home? Check out Joyner Homes based out of Greenfield. See one of their model homes in person anytime. It is a great way for you to experience the customization and quality of a Joyner Homes custom built home. Plus, you can meet with a new home specialist to learn about their building process. Available lots if you don't already have one. Find out about floor plans and where they build. Model homes are open 7 days a week from noon to 5, and walk-ins are welcome. Find out more at joynerhomes.com.
This Black Friday, skip the lines and hit the gas. Now through December 13th, Financial Center is